Three Stooges wigs there.
I used to watch
Three
Dick Van
Stooges.
Dyke when I was a kid. But yeah, why are these kids like so into Dick Van Dyke and all this black and white? But I used to like it, I guess.
Greatest name ever for a human being.
Yeah.
Two slurs in one.
There you go.
I guess dick isn't really a slur.
Yeah, you're a dick. It could be.
Could it be a slur? I don't know.
Not like a derogatory slur, I guess. Just an insult.
Revival House Network.
And don't like the brags, I don't like the boast. They like hot butter on the breakfast toast. Watching flicks, talking chicks, I like to motorboat. Can Riverman make it yo a check? Nope. So look at all these movies I got. Commenting like, should we watch them or not? And I know they just be acting for cash, but I still got one question to ask. Like, why'd he do that? Do that? Do that? If that was me, I'd be like, screw that, screw that, screw that. I'm an alpha, I'd eat through that, through that, through that. So why'd he do that, do that, do that?
What's up, everybody? Revival House Network. Zach and myself, Aaron. We're doing another commentary. Feels like it's been a minute. We're doing a movie I think we've talked about doing for quite a long time. It's one of the greatest comedic blockbusters of all time. It is Mrs. Doubtfire. Chris Columbus.
Mrs. fucking Doubtfire. Krista Columbus, fuck him. He didn't really discover America, but you know what he did discover? Fucking Mrs. Doubtfire, because he directed it, and it's a great film.
It's basically Tootsie 2.0, but it's a better movie than Tootsie. And
I've never seen Tootsie. Is Tootsie any good?
I don't. For me, if you grew up on Mrs. Doubtfire and then you go back and you see Tootsie as like being older, to me it doesn't hold a candle to Mrs. Doubtfire. But I think this was the second highest growing movie of '93 after Jurassic Park. So obviously Jurassic Park was dominating everything. But this movie rocks. It's got a lot of rewatch value. I watch it way more than Jurassic Park. That's for damn sure. Great supporting cast. Great characters.
They're both 3 hours long, though.
What?
Both this and Jurassic Park are fucking... I was embellishing a little bit. They're both 2 hours long.
Is this movie really 2 hours?
It is.
Fuck that. Let's get it going, man. Shit. All right, so we're going to go and get this flick started. If it really is 2 hours, fuck my life. We're going to go in 3, 2, 1, play.
Fucking amazing. See, this Blu-ray I got, I waited for the 2-second mark before it started fading in. Maybe it's just inflated a little bit. Fucking amazing opening.
Yeah. Figaro. Hey,
Ron, stop.
No.
You're not doing it as good as he is anyway. Fucking, what's this song called?
I don't know, some Italian fucking opera song.
It's amazing. This movie lied to us. You know why?
But
because it made us think that one guy, Robin Williams, was doing all the cartoon voices for these shows. I totally did. I thought fucking, after I watched this, I would watch fucking Animaniacs and all my favorite cartoons and just see fucking Robin Williams doing this shit. Sally Field's credit right there.
I can't believe it's 2 hours and 6 minutes long. I never would have guessed. It goes by fast, that's for sure.
I live it to the molecular. I like how they're not even trying to tell us the lyrics here on the subtitles I got going for this Blu-ray. Isn't that weird? They're like, fucking deaf people don't want to know what the song sounds like. They can't hear music at all. That would just be twisting the knife almost. That's what they think.
But see, I was always under the impression that the voices were recorded before it was drawn. Is that not how it goes? Don't you think it'd be easier to animate with the voices that you've got than the other way around, or no? But I guess they do ADR and shit for movies, and that's got to be really tough because you're actually trying to mime the lip movement perfectly, where this is a cartoon where you're never going to nail it, and it's kind of accepted because it's not a human.
Our boy here, basically he's getting us hip to the woke agenda. Basically, they're putting a moral shit in these cartoons. He's like trying to teach kids that they shouldn't smoke. Like fucking, I blame him. Fucking grooming kids into not being smokers. That's why the fucking cigarette industry is in the dump. Fucking motherfucker, this guy.
So basically, this is a nice setup for our story. Daniel Hillard, he's got a heart of gold, but he's a fuck up when it comes to his marriage. He's great with his kids. Even here, he loses his job. Sounds like he goes to a lot of jobs because he always has this moral high ground he stands on. What a foul way for a bird to die. You know,
Fucking, I noticed while watching it, getting ready for this movie, our boy here, he's kind of a Mary Sue. You know what they say when fucking he's a character you're supposed to like, and he has no bad qualities. He kind of is. Like even when it's okay though. It fucking doesn't matter.
but because even his flaw, which is his marriage, it isn't because he cheated on her or anything heinous. They just fell out of love. Or whatever, you know, like it's like you got to pursue the dream and have fun and be the cool one, and she had to like have the career and be the disciplinary and all that stuff. Yeah, so it's like this is literally just life happens, and some people just fall out of love with each other. They should have had it have a dark spin where he like was banging fucking Filipino ladyboys in a park or something.
Chad,
and he got arrested. What's it called though? But this movie's great.
They just told him you say the words like they're written, or I gotta ask you to leave.
And he was like, "Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me."
He did.
I've got to do. I have to play Gandhi. I used to think it was just so funny when I was a kid, but now I'm like, it's just so like PG. Piss off, Lou.
Piss off, Lou.
No one says piss off. Who says that?
Amazing. I love that line. I still think that's funny.
I love, I think this whole movie's funny. This is one of the many, many movies filmed in San Francisco, and where the city of San Francisco is one of the characters of the movie. Like, this movie wouldn't be the same in any other city, in my opinion. It's just, you see those big fucking inclining streets. It would be miserable having to park in San Francisco. Always having to ride that fucking e-brake. Riding a bike? Can you imagine?
Fucking, this movie is just an allegory for the gay agenda. Fucking, It's set in San Francisco. That's like LGBT BBQ fucking headquarters, they say. Fucking
and they had the nerve to fucking slyly throw in Harvey Fierstein in there. They knew what they were doing, turning us on by putting Harvey Fierstein in this, turning us on like that.
Your Uncle Frank and your Aunt Jack, fucking, he's becoming a woman. It's all for the queer agenda, and that's Matilda there. Matilda.
Could you make me a woman? Danny, I'm so happy. They're so funny though. They're really match like a match, and let's make a match. Find me a find, catch me a catch.
We gotta address the elephant in the room though. Fucking everybody talks about fucking. Oh no! Wait. Well, I always remember that line where he goes, "Mom's not gonna be home for 4 hours."
Yeah.
Was he quoting a movie there? Because a lot of these like ad libs he does are like quotes.
He sounds like he's doing a Jack Nicholson impression, doesn't he? Mom's not gonna be home for another 4 hours. When people do that, I don't think so. I think that was just unique dialogue. You look at that hill. Can you imagine riding a bike up that shit, man? You'd have quads and glutes of steel. They have a really massive house for San Francisco too. That's for sure.
How much money is our boy making doing all these cartoon voices? He's basically Tom Kenny back in the day.
But he has to be making a shit ton. And I don't even really know what she does. She's like is she in marketing? Is that what she does? They don't really go into detail, but it's like marketing.
Accountant or something.
Something to do with marketing and yeah, it could be accounting for a marketing firm. Who fucking knows? It's not important. But she seems to be making a lot of money. And he clearly can't hold down a job. So you'd think if he was that big of a fuck up, you'd almost wonder how he even got in the situation he got in to begin with.
He can't. It's not that he can't hold a job because he's a fucking slacker. He can't hold down a job because he sticks to his fucking principles.
Yeah,
Mary Sue. No, I'm just fucking. It doesn't even matter. We're not looking at a movie through critical eyes like that. That's fucking lame. That's fucking lame.
I think this movie just looks beautiful. I love the way it looks. I love the color grading. I like the cinematography.
Sally
really
Fields, Stacy.
Yeah, I'd fuck her mouth.
Fucking Sally Fields is a fucking beautiful woman. Fucking just all day long.
Would you let Martin Mull shit in your mouth?
Hell yes.
Martin Mull, Mr. Mom, the baddie, and he's also in Roseanne. And he played Leon, who was a gay guy. There you go, man. Third eye, fucking... It's all making sense, your theory.
It's all an allegory.
You ever notice when she gets a call from the neighbor like she's getting now saying, "Hey, man, your fucking crazy husband, man, he's being all irresponsible and stuff, throwing a house party for his little kid." Isn't that funny? Even that, his being bad is not It's not like he's throwing them a serious rager. He's throwing a party for his kids. It's something good, ponies and shit. But when he
basically, yeah,
well, they get. Go ahead.
What we get with the fucking characters is that she's tired of having to be the one that comes in and puts the foot down. And fucking
The disciplinary. He's the fun one. Yeah.
Fucking yeah, like everything's a joke to him. He doesn't take anything seriously. She reveals later like if he didn't like to talk about anything serious. Like even like fucking it never ended. Like that kind of.
I feel like this whole movie's presented from one angle. Like all from the get go, we have this friction with them, and they get divorced. I mean, there's no reason to waste any time getting to the divorce and him becoming Mrs. Doubtfire. I get it for pacing, but. All we get is the angle that Daniel's some piece of shit in this marriage and she did nothing wrong. I mean, it'd be interesting to just get like a bird's eye view of what led to this. Like, what did Miranda do wrong?
We do later. She reveals to our boy what she did wrong in the movie is fucking she seems like a bitch until we find out more about her. Fucking she's just like she comes home and she fucking takes away the kids from him because he fucking threw a birthday party for the son. That makes no sense.
Yeah, she's acting like he went behind her back and cheated on her a million times and he's abusive or something. Like, why would he have to have supervised visits?
I love this shit.
Yeah.
My parents used to love this scene where Miranda, what's up?
Having a birthday in the house. What's up, girlfriend? Hey, what's funny though is Robin Williams used to do this fucking stupid shtick all the time where it's like, hey, I'm the middle-aged white honky guy that's doing the hip hop thing, and he'd always, what's up? He did this a lot, and it's so funny. And like even to the point where it was almost like obligatory. Like, oh god, here comes the fucking Robin Williams hip hop.
It's because he knew he got it. He knew it's like, oh, I look ridiculous. I look like a grown man that's trying to act like I understand the kids. You can't. Don't you just want to fuck that pony?
He's like Michael Jackson. He's like Michael Jackson the way he attracts like little kids, like moths to a flame. The way he resonates with children more than his adult wife. Even it makes you wonder. It makes a man think.
Who's all these people hanging out? That kid knows that girl back there.
Yeah, well,
she looks older than him.
I don't get it though. Why is he hanging out with every little toddler in the fucking town? This kid's too old for that shit.
Maybe he's just that cool dad. He's like, fucking, we're not gonna bring your real friends. We're just gonna open up the fucking party. We're gonna try to get you late tonight, son.
Okay, so he planned on working. I think they insinuate he got fired, right? So he picked up his kids from school. And then did he plan this birthday party on a whim because he didn't know he was going to be home? I mean, because I don't think he planned it ahead of time because he would have been working, right? So how did he get all these people to come out in such short notice? Because I'm assuming she got off around 5. I mean, he got all this done in 2 hours. By the time she gets home, or she got called home early, so she didn't even finish her shift, and he somehow invited every kid, and they got the word out. It's pretty unrealistic.
You're thinking too hard about this, Aaron.
I like his hair. It's fucking Mork. Totally Mork.
Fucking Chad.
Ink her big sweater there could fit 2. Is that a sweater big enough for 2, if you know what I mean? Could you get between those sweater and I don't know.
Fucking just wrap me like a blanket. Wrap around me like a blanket, Sally.
But yeah, like you said, Mary Sue, like you feel for him. Even now, when she's having this heart to heart with him and saying like, you know what, we're drifting, it's over. You feel bad for him. Well, we love each other, don't we? I want a divorce. You feel bad for him.
Fucking, he knows pain. He can tell you about pain. That's Robin Williams. Of course he would get the how to play that. Fucking, he got it. Chad. Like, yeah, I noticed that watching this movie. I always really liked Robin Williams. I think that's the biggest reason I like. I love Jack. Even though you hate it.
I don't hate it, but I don't think it's a great movie. It's a serviceable movie.
I love that fucking movie.
I think at best it's a 6. It may be a 5, but at best it's serviceable, but I don't think it's
Jack, you ever get a boner? Amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, so hey, this has Matthew Lawrence. He's the middle brother of the Lawrence brothers, and Joey, being the oldest. He did an interview recently. I think it was probably at some sort of like they have a lot of 90s conventions where they get all these 90s stars, David Coulier, people like this. And they asked him about working with Robin. And he said that, he credits Robin Williams for being sort of a moral angel on his shoulder throughout his upbringing as he got older, because he never did drugs or anything like that. He's like, because apparently Robin Williams was obviously fucked up on the set of Mrs. Doubtfire. And he said he would go into his trailer, Matthew Lawrence, and he would literally be just, on a coke bent. He was doing coke and shit like that. He was obviously struggling. And he said he sat down with him, had a heart to heart, and he just told him, don't ever get started on this shit. He was very open. Like, yeah, look at the shit I'm doing. Don't ever even start it. Don't even look at it. And he always remembers that because he, clearly had two faces about him.
Do you think he did it like the Dewey Cox story? You don't want none of this. It'll make you feel fucking great. It'll make your dick all hard for 18 hours straight. It's terrible. Like, who's this guy playing the
Hi, Evelyn.
brother-in-law?
Thanks for the jam.
He looks familiar, and I was like, what's he from?
He looks like you just recognize the back of his head, I bet.
Hell yeah.
He looks like a bootleg Steven Weber.
He's like fucking didn't he fucking do vocals for REM or something?
Michael
Something like
Stipe?
that.
What? Looks nothing like Michael
I
Stipe.
don't know. I don't fucking know. I tried to make a joke. That's the closest I got.
That line later we get where, who did this to you? When the kids find out, he's like, Uncle Frank and Aunt Jack. I thought that was so funny when I was a kid. I had the VHS tape and I'd be in my basement and I would rewind that over and over again, like till it drove my brothers crazy. Uncle Frank and Aunt Jack. Uncle Frank and Aunt Jack. Uncle Frank and Aunt Jack. I thought it was so cool.
Fucking that's not even one of the funniest jokes in the movie.
I don't know why. I don't know why.
Very easily.
It was the delivery of it. So, amidst the absurdity of the premise of this flick and what he does, it has this dark, somber undertone to it, and it all revolves around this court. And especially the end, man. I mean, I know we're jumping the gun, but when you get to that end and he gets real, it's like, wait a second. Because you have to suspend your disbelief. Like, there's no way somebody would really go this far. And there's no way his wife would not recognize him and would get suspicious. There's no way any of this would actually fucking see it to the end. But they kind of stop you in your tracks at the courtroom scene because, no, this is more than just a movie. Because the guy's like, look, you're mentally ill. We don't think you should be trusted around these kids. They get real with it because it's like, oh, well, that is realistic. If some guy really did at least attempt this, he would be deemed mentally ill. He'd probably have restraining orders against him, and he would probably need psychiatric help. So I really appreciate that.
That doesn't fucking. I don't know. Yeah, fucking. They don't say that yet. That's at the end of the movie.
It's at the end. Yeah, no, it's at the end when he's saying.
I think that I don't know if they would actually do that though. Fucking. It seemed like fucking it's his kid. I don't know. Fucking. It seems like that would be like a fucking a judge that was really like fucking. I just hate this guy. I'm gonna throw the fucking book at him.
There's some states that rule heavily in favor of the mother, usually, obviously, but like I said, he's a good guy. I mean, the only thing they're maybe getting him on is the fact that he doesn't have a steady job, because
I think they might have put that there just so that was a way that they could basically that's her resolution, because she fucking she's not forced to have to let them go back to him. She chooses to.
He's got a totally serviceable apartment he's living in. Is it because, oh, my kids can't be living with him in that ghetto because they're used to this bougie ass fucking massive house, and that's so stupid. Like, he's not living in a drug den. It's just a small apartment. Oh, my kids. That's a unsafe environment for my kids to maybe have to share a bed. Oh, one of them has to sleep in a sleeping bag on the floor. Oh, assuming they don't have like 4 bedrooms in an apartment. I just don't. I don't get it. And yeah, the kids. The mom was weaponizing these kids because the kids would have loved, I'm sure, to split the time with their dad.
Fucking the mom's weaponized autism over here.
You should, yeah. I hate that though. When parents weaponize kids, it's fucking stupid.
I do. I fucking love it. I use kids as a weapon.
Pick up
That's
a baby
funny.
and just fucking
Just pick
grab
up
it by
a
the
baby,
ankles,
start shooting it.
grab by the ankles and smack somebody over the head with its soft spot. Concave that fucking thing.
Amazing.
That
That is funny. That is funny. That's like objectively funny shit. That's not even edgy humor. That's just fucking funny.
I never got that when I saw this in 1993. I would have been 7. That's the formaldehyde, honey. It helps preserve grandma. I didn't know what formaldehyde was when I was like 7.
The way she like swallows there, I used to think as a kid like she just swallowed some of the formaldehyde there. That's fucking gross. It's fucking gross.
This movie introduced me to Stuart Little before it was a movie based on the books. I'd never heard of the books before. And then when the movie starring Michael J. Fox came out, I'm like, you mean that fucking that book that Natty loves on fucking Ms. Doubtfire? Yeah.
Michael J. Fox is such a Chad. Would you fuck the fox?
I mean, he wouldn't have to get on his knees to fucking throat you, to give you oral. Just walk right up to him.
Exactly.
Like a vending
Chad.
machine. Hit a
That's
button.
the measure. That's the measure of a man. Remember that song from fucking Rocky 3?
Rocky 5. That's Elton John.
Rocky 5.
Yeah.
Terrific song. Terrific film.
Sometimes you can choose. That's the measure of a man. Yeah, it's got those Miller Boyette like symphony. It always reminds me of a Miller Boyette like theme. I love that song. It's the best part of that fucking movie, by the way, because the movie's not very good. And but the song's
fantastic.
incredible. And I kind of feel bad for Elton because he's like, yeah, I'll do the lead single off Rocky 5. You mean off the heels of Rocky 3 and 4 that had massive soundtracks and massive hits? Oh, and you kind of just look out and get the shit movie.
Fucking, they had to have been massive too. Fucking, they had to pay for it before they knew it. They didn't like it. Fucking,
No, I mean, like,
they just completely out of the, like, we don't care anymore. It was just like,
I'm talking about the movie, though. The movie wasn't a hit. Rocky 5 wasn't a hit. Nobody liked
if 3 and 4 was, why wasn't 5?
Yeah. Well, 3 and 4 were massive hits, and that's why, of course, Elton John would jump at the chance to do the lead single.
So they just lost interest within a year? They were just like, fuck it, we don't even care about 5.
No, what are you talking about? I'm saying the movie itself. The movie was not a box office success.
A hit does not mean that it's a good movie.
It wasn't a financial.
You know what I'm
that's what I'm saying. It was not a financial success.
That's what I'm saying. Why did they go to 4, but then by 5 they were like, oh, we're done now? What was it? Did they just get fucking? Was it fatigue? Was it Rocky fatigue?
It just wasn't a good movie. It's like there was.
Didn't know that yet. They didn't know that.
Well, Elton John didn't. Why? He just fucking he's just commissioning the song. "Measure of a Man" sounds like a really homosexual song. Like Elton could have been writing that with the overtones. Like, oh, I can tell you all about how I measure men, right?
Based.
But I wonder if I don't think was Bernie Taupin. Did he write that? I don't know. I don't know.
We talked over one of the first montages of all the Robin Williams improv,
Where he does his impression of a hot dog.
I do a great impression of a hot dog. That's the funniest part. Everything else there is super like, I don't know if this is dated humor.
It all is. We're near the gold mine. There's still all of it's really just yeah, like you can tell where he grew up and the comedians he was influenced by, fucking Gomer Pyle and shit. But yeah, the hot dog is just so stupid. But you know, they say the best comedy.
Great impression of a hot dog.
The best comedy.
That's so funny.
The best comedy is it's all about the reaction, not the action. And that's actually the funniest part because he does I do a great impression of a hot dog, and he goes like this, and it just cuts to Mrs. Selma's face, and she's like, just stone bitch. Like, do you consider yourself funny? I did once.
And then there's a moment where he's like, fucking, I did, but like you didn't laugh at any of that.
He's like, do you find yourself amusing? I did once, but you have proved wrong. He's like, I did. He's just so sincere. It's all very, very funny. I think I made a friend.
It seems like that was left in from an earlier draft where he was an aspiring comedian in the script. They ended up like, we're not going to go with that. Apparently that I was joking, but that was never a part of the script. But like fucking a comedian. Apparently that milk mustache or whatever that was improv, or it just happened and they just went with it.
Really?
Apparently, yeah. That's what I read. Getting ready here.
And then he just did that thing. Yeah, it's really funny.
Well, they apparently it happened in another take, but they just kept it in the movie, so they probably didn't use the take where it actually happened.
I think Stuart. So they just said, okay, let's write that in and do it for real. Yeah. Stuart Dunmire, he's awesome. I think he's very quotable too. You must be the famous Mrs. Doubtfire. Oh, come on, Miss Doubtfire, don't be bashful. Just every little shit. What can I say to Ron? The guy's a loser.
That's not fucking the guy that was 007, Pierce Brosnan?
Yeah,
that's not him?
that's 007. What are you talking about? Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said it was somebody else.
No, I said Stuart Dunmire's his name in the movie, dumbass.
Okay. Fucking, I'm terrible with names.
Get based. Yeah, Stuart Dunmire. Stuart? And everything sort of just kind of works out for her because, she's...
Look at this. She is rebounding already.
I know. Well, that's what I was getting to. Is this tells you that she's
no wonder Robin Williams committed suicide. That is fucking harsh.
Well, she's obviously been she's been emotionally divorced and disconnected, obviously, for a long time. So, yeah, even her, they're not making her look out too bad. It'd be different if like her and Stuart were working with each other all the time. And they
works fine. It works fine. I just want to set up that obvious joke.
I'm just saying it works out perfect for her because they Stuart Dunmire enters the picture right as they're getting a divorce. Because it would change the dynamic a little bit if Stuart Dunmire came into the picture a couple months before the divorce, and he just sort of helped drive that wedge and make the decision a little bit easier.
But they know each other. They knew each other a long time before. They're just seeing each other again, if I remember.
Yeah,
right.
They don't ever elaborate on where that comes from. Like, are they old college friends, or
probably, yeah.
Or did he work for them in the firm in the past, like a long time ago? Who knows.
And one thing I noticed watching it, getting ready to do it for the show here, they don't make him out to be a bad guy. Like he fucking the worst thing he does is like fucking he calls him the dad a loser.
But everybody's guilty of shit talking behind when no one's around. Like this will never get back to the guy. So it's like sometimes you don't even mean it, right?
And he doesn't know shit. He just knows what she's telling him. Like, oh, he's what a fuck up.
Yeah, it's very realistic and stuff like that. And even Robin Williams doesn't have any hard feelings, right? He kind of shakes his hand at the end and. After he almost killed him.
Throughout the movie, he seems to kind of try to build a wedge, like maybe just out of spite, or maybe he still likes her a little bit.
Yeah, he tries to tell her that she keeps power tools in the bedroom, and then like he talks about you own that big expensive car out there, and he's talking about like that's a compensation for a small penis.
I just realized they don't really ever tell you if he still loves her. Or if it's just out of spite. So it's kind of funny to think that he's doing it just out of spite.
Well, yeah, it's never about Miranda. It's always about his kids. So I think it is spite.
Probably.
So yeah, I guess it is spite. It's probably that whole thing of this guy's trying to be
Right here, they do kind of make her look like a total bitch because like she comes and honks the horn like, "Come on, get in the fucking car," and then he has this moment where he's like, "She was an hour late dropping you off."
And that's bullshit.
She's gonna have to wait. Like that is like, and then she comes in and she's very like
entitled.
She doesn't even
entitled.
Like I gotta go. Come on.
She's entitled. She's like, "Oh, I've had a long day," type of thing. I don't give a fuck. Come on. No, and that's bullshit. Yeah, it's really really makes her not look too pretty.
So I think they did. I think they put some things in there for like fucking. He has some bad things. She has some bad. Like you're supposed to think like, what the fuck is her problem? Until like maybe around. I'll bring it up when it comes up. But like she has a heart to heart with fucking Mrs. Doubtfire, and that's when Daniel hears for the first time that like, oh, I was so scared of. I forget what she said. She said something about crying herself to sleep or something. He's like, I had no idea. Fucking yeah. He almost has that moment where fucking he just drops the thing, but then it's like, oh yeah, I'm Mrs. Doubtfire. I can't say that.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of fucked up. That cried herself to sleep. He even said like, how was he doing? How was he in bed? It's like, oh, that part was always okay. So it's like he was a fucking ace in the sack. He was great to the kids. He didn't beat her. He didn't go behind her. He just. Maybe he went behind her. I don't know.
Well, she said he was okay. I don't know if she meant like, oh, he was dank, or like because that could mean okay, or it was just like it was average.
But it was the way she said it and the little smirk on her face, like, oh, well, that part was always okay, like kind of like that, like that's not what I'm talking about. He was just a big kid. But you know what? I'm assuming who she married. I'm assuming that is who she married. This guy that did the fucking Martian the antennas with the chopsticks. And you know what I mean? Like what does he expect? You want him to completely change and become this person that's just, just totally bitter and I don't know.
Exactly. I think she apparently, yeah, right there where he would improv different things. He would bring up references to other movies and stuff. Right there, he mentioned Dances with Wolves, and they had to like fucking go through a headache to make sure that he could say that. And like, they got the rights to use the name.
Why
of the
can't you?
movie.
You should be able to say the name. That's protected
don't
under
know.
copyright.
I don't know.
You think everybody that references the
what I was reading.
Beatles has to pay? That closed captioning was incorrect though. He said, "What's your Indian name?" I always thought it was Shouts with a Fist. That makes sense. Shouts with a fist, angry, but it said Shops with a Fist. That makes no fucking sense. Like, how is that a burn?
Shops?
That's what it said. Shops, like going shopping. It said, "What's your Indian name?" Shops with a Fist. I'm like, I don't think that's right.
I
Dumbasses.
don't know.
That's not right. It had Shouts with a Fist.
Fucking, they make these for the hearing impaired. Obviously, they have hearing impaired people writing them out.
Yeah.
'Cause they didn't get that.
Did
What a fucking sick joke.
Did they realize how cheated they're getting with some of these dubs, these titles? You know,
Fucking, they see the kids love it. You see right there, she's like, I'll think about it. See, he basically said, like, fucking, why don't I just, like, she's looking for someone to watch the kids, and he's like, why not just me? And she's like, well, yeah, what is stopping her from just letting him?
because she's being bitter. But why is she being bitter? Like like I said, it'd be different if he fucking cheated on her and was terrible or something. But no, why can't? It makes no sense. He's totally stable at this point.
I don't know if maybe there's another reason, like, oh, you're too much of a kid and they really need to focus on work.
And then she's like,
school.
See, the kids love it. Yeah. It's like everybody likes it. Like, I'll think about it.
I think that was like, she's one of those people like, oh, mom said I'll think about it. That means we'll never talk about it again, basically.
Like, you know, it's also, I get it, the divorce isn't finalized, but why they have to be, how's the money getting divvied out? Because they have money. There's no way they don't. And Miranda's probably the biggest breadwinner. Maybe she's bitter because she's gonna take him for half. Take her. I don't know. I don't fucking know.
I noticed that yeah.
She drives a fucking. She drives. Is that a Beamer or Mercedes? But she's driving like at least a nice car.
This is the funniest part right here.
Or do they need a few light slams every now and again?
I like the
Severe tire damage. That's a great band name.
The best part is like she says, "I'll have to call you back," and he goes, "Wow."
Oh,
wow.
Boy. I don't work with the mayors because I used to be one.
See, I was watching this earlier. Fucking everybody talks about the thing with fucking Robert Williams is he used to steal jokes.
Yeah.
Like, fucking, that's the thing. Fucking basically he's great because when you watch him in the jokes you don't like, you could just say like, oh, he must have stole that one. And like fucking that's like, oh, it's okay. That one right there, he's not transphobic. Don't have to cancel this movie. He's not transphobic. He stole it from another comedian who was transphobic. Fucking,
how do you feel about stealing jokes and shit like that's just wrong from an ethical standpoint?
I brought it like people are gonna talk about that move. This part, it's possible.
I am Job. But what do you think about stand-up comedians that have other people write for them? Isn't that kind of weird?
Fucking,
I mean, at least they're at least paying somebody to do it. But you know, fucking a lot of comedians, big comedians, have stuff written for them, which is kind of odd. So I don't know.
Like what? I don't know of any. I don't know of any of them.
So many of them do it. They don't advertise it. How
would we know?
Because it's been documented. It's been documented in all kinds of stuff. Like, oh, and I got this big break writing jokes for fucking Richard Pryor or whatever, or this guy liked my jokes or whatever. Have me write for him. It's a normal thing, and it's totally accepted.
That doesn't mean that they're writing their whole. A lot of times too, like fucking. I know like a lot of the comedians like they fucking they come up with all the jokes and they had to workshop it basically how to tell them and all like maybe. Yeah, it's hard to
sequence it like an album and everything. You know, you gotta. It's
apparently like you like people will talk about like fucking they like seeing a big huge comedian do like a bad set like apparently is like people talk about like fucking they see George Carlin like come out like because he always did it like towards the beginning of the year it was like fucking and then like towards the end of the year he'd do the special. That's basically where it's all perfected and like now you're getting it all together. But like
yeah, I mean,
all leading up to that was all like workshopping. So like a lot of people talk about like they just start telling jokes. They just be sitting there like, I'm not ready for that one. I'm gonna workshop it.
No, that's how it goes. And these big comedians, they
That'd
do
be
like
weird to see.
They do like a big stand-up special, or they'll go out on a big publicized tour where they just come up with an hour of new material. And these guys come up with an hour of new material every few years. Like it takes a lot out of them or something like, to be worth it. It's not like they just pump out jokes on a daily basis. And so they'll workshop. They'll always be working on material and they'll do gigs locally. Let's say they're based in California. They'll have regular residencies where they'll show up at like the fucking Ice House or the Comedy Store, and they'll come here too to Phoenix to the Tempe Improv or wherever. And they're not really like highly publicized tour. They just do drop-in dates, and it's just totally to workshop shit.
Look, how lucky is our boy that his fucking brother and his brother-in-law are like K&B special effects artists here. I noticed that while watching it. Like that's really convenient. They're two gay guys that are really into special effects, man. It's just like, well, they probably do drag and shit like that, but like, oh, he happens to have like he can do plaster. Like, because I remember watching this, just be like, how's come his first couple disguises look very unconvincing, but then Mrs.
Yeah,
Doubtfire.
like this looks terrible. This looks like Robin Williams in drag, like a bad Rob.
I love this little fucking.
He's having too much fun with it.
The fucking the way he's talking, the accent.
Every night like the bear pig, I cannot lie to you. It's a beautiful.
I would fucking. That's a 9 out of 10 right there at least. I'd hit that. I'd be hitting that all night. See, right here, it's just like, oh, we'll just put a different nose on him and fucking give him a little bit of different makeup. But then it's like, I remember thinking that, like, that's really weird. Like, fucking, obviously they didn't have the budget to experiment with like big, like fucking other designs that are like really, intricate with Mrs. Doubtfire. But they kind of explain it away because like.
He just said, I think we're going to have to do the whole face because it's not working. Doing the nose or swapping out. And this is really just doing the nose again, for fuck's sake, and a chin.
kind of. He looks like, what's that chick that cooks?
She's supposed to be fucking Barbara Streisand, dude. That's what she's singing.
Fucking Stacy.
On my parade.
I was thinking like one of those TV cook chicks that makes food, not Rachel Ray, but one of the other ones.
Paula Deen, man.
See right here, he's like fucking. I got some plaster, so now it's the special effects K&B type shit.
I'm ready for my close up, Mr. Seville.
Taking off that shit, they're getting the mold of his face and shit.
Mm-hmm.
I remember this is the movie that normalized this for me because like I remember whenever I found out like the behind the scenes of all these. That's kind of funny. That shot right there where he's molding the face. Mm-hmm. Keep that in mind. It actually happens not even that far from here. But what was I saying?
I don't fucking know.
What was I saying? I was gonna say something. It was gonna be amazing. It was gonna blow everybody's socks off. But now I can't remember it. Just fucking. I'll probably think about it.
I think some of this is where the comedy starts. The slapstick. I love it. Mrs. Doubtfire. Oh, we had a little bit of a drop, yeah. No, so I love it when, he's in the apartment, he's cooking, when he's having like the hot flashes and he gets set on fire. I love it when his mask falls out of the window and he's just like, no, stop. Fucking gets squished.
I love that. Fucking him and is that a body double? The way that you see right there. They're watching an episode of Outer Limits there, and it's showing. It looks just like
That's
that show.
The most revolting thing I've ever seen. How come Natty uses the word like revolting? I always thought that was.
She's high IQ, very very high IQ.
Bullshit. These kids would not be watching that old ass black and white show. They would not.
That was
They would.
It was Outer Limits. Who doesn't watch that when it's on?
But they would not be that glued to the screen. All of them like awesome, cool. It's the most revolting thing. That's the most revolting thing you've ever seen in 1993. We had a lot of, different kind of movies that had already been out by then.
They probably didn't want it. You think they're watching Cannibal Holocaust? All this underground
You know what
shit?
would be really fucked up? It'd be really fucked up. See, his son, Chris, is at that age, right? Where he's noticing girls. What if he saw Mrs. Doubtfire and he was like secretly jacking off to her, Norman Bates style, like staring at her. And he like, was in his room just thinking about fucking dick fucking her tits, her big ass tits. And then he finds out, then he sees her pissing with a dick. Then he finds out.
Then he gets even hotter about
that's his dad. And then he's talk about Confusion City.
And then he's like, really like, oh, fuck me, daddy. Oh, yeah. That would make it. See, they were working on a sequel. What if that was the plot? Hell yeah.
What if this was what if they made a dark movie where this was Robin Williams' big ruse and scheme to fuck kids? I'm gonna pretend to be a nanny and I'm gonna be a woman so I can get close, and then I'm just gonna fuck it. I'm gonna pull out my cock when everybody's
Why would
asleep.
you even have? You could just be a babysitter. Fucking, you didn't have to dress like a woman. I just wanted to do that.
But most people are gonna be a little hesitant to hire men to be babysitters. That's just the statistics. That's his way around it. Is, hey, I'm gonna go to my fucking brothers and I'm gonna have them turn me to a woman so I can get in past that first stage.
See, I think
get close.
I noticed this while watching it. The scene where he walks in and sees his Mrs. Doubtfire pissing, standing up like a man.
No, Chris, wait. Yeah,
I think that's probably something that they thought of really early on as a gag. Like that would be the craziest way to find out like your babysitter's your dad, right? Fucking you walk in on her pissing.
Why was he?
But I think,
it always drives me crazy too that he was so comfortable just to leave the door cracked.
I think that has to be something that was written early on, and then just like, we have to have that in the movie. That'll work. Fucking
the only excuse they can make is he's comfortable. It's his house. He goes into muscle memory.
I was noticing there's no reason for him to be hiding it from the two older, because you think as soon as she leaves, he just lift it up and be like, guys, it's me. But like,
wait, is he how much is he really getting out of this extra bonding time if he has to hide it from the kids?
I think,
you know what I mean?
I think that has to be a thing that like, we have to make it to where he's hiding it from the kids too, at least at first, so that we can have that scene where they find out. Because if he just tells them right away, like, he has no reason to hide it from the kids. Except you can kind of make an excuse for the littlest one, because like, oh, she can't keep a secret.
You know what though? Like this really is. He is insane, because you think a normal person, a normal determined dad, would just keep going back to court, would try and work this out legally. Like, this is bullshit. Like, there's got to be somebody that can help him out with a situation. Like, he doesn't have to go to these extremes. It's absolutely, it's pretty sick. And the judge is probably thinking the same thing I was thinking. Like, I have a feeling you're dressing like this woman to get close to kids to fuck them, sir. Like, why else would somebody do what you're doing if you weren't a pervert?
Fucking,
fucking
discrimination. He likes to dress up like a woman. That's Chad. Fucking, especially when you involve kids.
It's extremely careless for him to leave the door cracked so he could be exposed. And you hear that giant stream of justice really loud too. Like, anybody would hear that down the hall. But like I said, the only thing you could say it is he's just super comfortable, and he got lazy. He got comfortable. Kind of like how he goes around the kitchen like, oh, you really know your way around the kitchen. And oh shit. He's like, oh, well, everything's so organized. Oh, yeah. He probably just forgot he had the shit on and just
feng shui. It's feng shui. I feel a spiritual connection to how you set up your kitchen here.
What if he got really comfortable though, and he walked in on him jacking off?
Oh yeah.
Like, it's like that'd have been a little more scarring. Like, what the fuck?
You think if he decided to jack off, he'd keep the fucking Mrs. Doubtfire get up on? Do you think he'd stare in the mirror as he does it? Why not at that point?
Well, he would have been. Like, if Chris caught him jacking off instead of pissing, he would have been in front of the mirror, like, just looking at his Mrs. Doubtfire get up with a cock in his hands. Yeah.
Exactly. Chicks with dicks, bro. He's like Randall on Clerks. Chicks with dicks.
That's not the reason you're divorced with it.
The biggest laugh of this movie for me is I think I'm pretty sure I remember which one it was, and I'll bring it up when it gets there. Like, see, this isn't the scene where she has the total opening up about
no, I think it's the next one when she's like, oh, As I hold this cold meat, I'm reminded of Winston. You know?
Or I was thinking it was the scene where she talks about her ex-husband Daniel and the fucking, but that's not yet. That's later. She's like, you remind me of someone. What's the odds? What are the odds that she wouldn't notice? Ooh. She wouldn't be like, what you think? Like, if you think about it, she's probably.
My thing is, look, not to interrupt you, but he clearly is a voice actor by profession. She knows it has to click that he's really good at doing voices. And I guarantee you, she has to have heard this voice sometime in their past. Like, if you're somebody that does characters, there's no way he didn't use this voice and workshop it a million times. Probably. You would have heard it all the time.
And she's been around him and stuff. All this time. It's just, she probably would have known in real life, but who cares?
The second that you come to my house to babysit my kids and you're dressed like an old woman and you start talking about came, oh yeah, it camed. I'm like, you're Zach. Take this fucking shit off. You would be doing like a woman's voice, but you would just say something about like, what's that slogan you just created today on the t-shirt?
There's an old Dusty Rhodes. He used to have a shirt that said, "I can tell you about pain," and I saw it. I thought about it because Converge they made a song entitled after that. But I was like, "Fucking, I can tell you about Came." That's what that should be. That should be a Came Gang shirt. Hell yeah, Came Gang.
This old man, this is disturbing. I love it when he sees like the hairy leg the second time she's on the bus. Like,
see, this is.
I like that Mediterranean looking woman. No, see, natural.
This is more fucking gay agenda shit. He knew, like, when he saw the hairy legs, he realized, oh, that's a man with a woman's get up on. And you know what he did? He did this fucking cucked ass shit where he was like, "God bless you," and he fucking. I guess he figured like. No, she's not hurting me. I guess I'll just
no. He goes, no. He wasn't done trying to hit it because when he saw the hairy leg, and he's got this look on her face, and she like scrummers and puts her hose back up, and then he goes, "I like that Mediterranean looking women, beautiful, natural, just the way God made you." Exactly. He's like, well, he broke the mold when he made me. He sure did, man. Like he was still trying to hit it.
Okay, I don't think so. I think it was more progressive agenda bullshit. More of that queer agenda. This is one of the best scenes of the movie too. where the social, who is she exactly? She's like a lawyer involved with their case.
She's kind of like a social worker type thing, right? She's monitoring him to make sure that he's on the path, right? I would assume because he's not like a criminal, he's not like a fucking in a halfway house. I would assume her only reason is to maybe get him on the path where he can see his kids more often, but they're treating him like a criminal. It's really kind of weird. But, you know what? My bad. I'm totally stupid. It's because I think she's like the unemployment. Isn't she like unemployment? Because she goes to her office and she's asking him about her skills. That's what an unemployment caseworker does. And he's telling about all these shit she does. And then she sets him up with the shipping job.
She's involved with the wife too.
Yeah, she has to be. Okay. But the end game is that he's got to be able to hold down a job. His living quarters have to be good. Yeah. But why are they going to this? Why are they treating him like a criminal? Like this is what people do in halfway houses and criminals and people that were like abusive and shit. This kind of person will monitor you if you had your kids taken away from you.
Look at that bod. Look at that bod real quick. Damn. I want some of that they them pussy. I want some of that they them pussy. You know what I'm
saying? These people, these social workers have to like monitor you when you're trying to get your kids back after they were taken away from you because you were a negligent parent. He didn't do anything wrong like that. So I think it's really intense.
This scene right here.
Norman Bates. I love that.
Yeah. This is the scene right here where he says, it's not even my right there. Okay, I don't even have my same face anymore, Mr. Sounder. I remember when I watched this as a kid, when he said that, I was like, I thought he's supposed to be hiding this from her. Like, why did he just admit that he's doing it? Because, like, I was thinking about it too, like, fucking, like logically, I guess. I don't know. But like fucking I was like, why'd he just admit that he took his face? Like obviously she's not gonna think that, but it's like he has no reason to say that. Like from her point of view, like he knows that she'll hear that and just say, huh? And forget about it right away. But he comes out apparently that's a sign that you might have autism. Is if you don't get the idea that somebody walking outside of the group and then somebody else coming in and then the group like talking and then everybody else knows and then somebody else comes back and then they don't know what everybody apparently that's the thing with autism. So maybe I do have autism.
I love that when he pulls the hose stuck to her just out of nowhere. She screams. The thing is all this bullshit story he's feeding her about his fake sister and his fucking dad flying for the war in England. She could easily fact check this. Like this would be very easy to debunk, you think.
It's so funny watching him try to like play two characters here though, like fucking sis, I'll just go get sis. And
yeah. Is that who that is? Yes. I'll be right out. Yeah, it's really ridiculous. Like it doesn't even sound like two people naturally corresponding. It sounds like one guy.
Look at
I
these
love
kids.
These fat Asian kids. It's so funny.
They're so
sick.
They're so fucking Kino. So Kino. Mom, why like Mom, we just watched a guy fucking put on a fat suit.
Yeah,
like go yell at him.
Yeah, let's lynch him. Let's get him out of this town.
Mom, we just watched a guy put like
well, this is
how
obviously
dare you?
This is still in the days where if you were a drag queen, a cross-dresser, or like a homosexual, you were a quote-unquote branded just a pervert, and perverts always equated to molesters. Or it's like, because they say that in all those old movies, right? Like anybody that's like a child molester.
This is probably a little bit after that. That was more like the 50s.
It's kind of dated, but anybody that was kind of weird like that outside the norm, they were just perverts.
I was just thinking though, it'd be funny, like fucking that'd be funny. Just like she comes in and yells at him for like like my kids saw you, like they were technically watching. And,
yeah, that could have been funny if that would have played out more.
Yeah.
Norman Bates. Yeah.
This is very Three's Company.
I know.
Almost. Not really.
I love that. Damn it. I fucking love that. No, stop.
I always felt bad for him here.
Oh,
stop. Shit. Stop. I genuinely just like, oh no.
I love it. Oh shit. And those kids laugh at him. Watch. They're still there. The mom never came. Watch.
The mom came. The mom came all night.
Wait, I thought maybe I'm misremembering that.
Yeah, I don't think it shows them again.
Oh, they just laughed when it fell on the ground. That's all it was. My bad.
Mm-hmm. When he was putting it on.
Yeah. I love it when he dips it. This is in the trailer, I remember. The woo-loo! And isn't it funny how he throws his face in this, like, what looks like a lemon meringue pie or something? Or a cake. It's a cake. And then it's so perfectly. It's clearly just like whipped shaving cream. Like perfectly covering up every speck of his face.
I call logical flaw. Flaw. Fucking our boy is depressed. He just lost his kids. Well, he's looking up now. So maybe I was thinking there's no way he didn't. He took one bite of that cake and put it in the fucking fridge. Didn't eat the rest of that. Apparently that melting happening. That was improvised. He just started like, oh yeah.
One drop or two. I know it's really funny when you see it just plopping out the glass like that. I'm melting like a snow cone in Phoenix.
It reminds me of that time I actually camed all over Robin Williams' face. He looked just like that. Basically, we had a good time.
Been there, done that. Lovely to meet you too. Lovely to meet you. And she's gonna fucking rub it on her like a dumbass. Look at her. She's gonna rub it on her liver spot or whatever it is.
Puts it on her face.
So fucking stupid.
And then licks it off.
Weirdo. She should be investigated.
Fucking, I think.
Be careful with this one. She's an older woman.
Apparently, that face he wears in the movie is just a prop because, like, yeah, the real Mrs. Doubtfire makeup had to be put on in pieces.
Oh yeah,
pieces.
He probably had to like go through like 3 hours of shit every time they filmed. So the idea that he's able to just put the shit off and on like a pair of socks every day when he needs to is really silly.
Oh. It would have saved him a lot of trouble though if he literally just told the older kids like I'm your dad. Like then he wouldn't have had to like the whole scene where he accidentally catches himself on fire while cooking. That would have been gone because it's like they could have fucking cooked as a family, fucking had fun.
Yeah, but he'd have to still.
So many good gags would be lost. I think that's why they left it in. That looked like Phil Hartman.
No, it didn't.
Oh, it did.
He had glasses and brown hair.
Fucking it looked like they just put glasses and brown hair on Phil Hartman. Like I looked at that guy and I was like, that is a guy who's gonna get fucking killed by his wife in a couple of years.
I always like this. I painted a picture of a bunny and the teacher liked it. Like, do kids really talk that stupid? Like, I was never that stupid. Like, how was your day?
Those fucking Three Stooges wigs there.
I used to watch Dick Van Dyke when I was a kid. But yeah, why are these kids like so into Dick Van Dyke and all this black and white shit? But I used to like it, I guess. So.
Fucking, that's the fucking greatest name ever for a human being.
Yeah.
2 slurs in one. I guess dick isn't really a slur.
Yeah, you're a dick. It could be.
Could it be a slur? I don't know.
Not like a derogatory slur, I guess. Just an insult. Well, not
Fucking
anymore. So how do they do that?
She's being a total bitch, fucking throwing the remote away and shit.
Yeah, how do they do that gag? So we see him throw the phone behind his head, and then it's off screen. Then we see it drop in the fish. Do they have a new one that they just drop? You know what I mean?
Yeah, probably. He probably just threw it off camera.
It's not like the Peggy Bundy where she makes the winning basket from behind and she's standing in front of a really bad green screen, you know, at the end of that episode.
Amazing. Great effects.
Yeah.
Look, we just saw a fucking montage of him fucking sneaking in. Was that the dude looks like a lady one, or is that later? I think that might have been. I think dude looks like a lady. I always thought he was saying doodle like a lady. Like
dude's like
drawing.
a doodle like a lady. Dude's like a lady is when he's like going shopping and shit, and the guy's purse snapping from her and stuff, and they're playing. I don't think we're there yet. What are they playing right now?
Some bluesy fucking riff.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, it's like shut up, Liddy.
They don't really go into another montage. They were just trying to fake us out, I think. To show dissension in the ranks. Wouldn't that have been funny if they just showed our Mary Sue character fucking just getting off on their slave labor? Fucking just show them like fanning him and shit. And he's just sitting there like smoking a cigarette and shit.
Yeah, he was kind of being.
Oh, well, maybe they didn't.
It's weird because he's trying to make amends through this character. Because like, oh, I wasn't a hard enough dad, you know, like disciplinary, and which. I don't fucking look at those windows, man. Those are awesome. Those big windows.
He probably realizes like I can't fucking tell them I'm dad because then it'll just be like it was old times. I need them to finish their homework because that'll maintain the whole charade too and shit like that.
Yeah, but at some point he's got to go to the bathroom and stuff, as we've seen. And like, what if I love it? Oh damn, I love that.
Exactly.
This hollandaise smells like
fucking
burnt rubber.
Ruined that snake.
This hollandaise smells like burnt rubber. I love that. Ah! He just grabs the pot. Mother. Oh God, it's hot in here.
This is the movie too. We apparently there's all the footage of the alternate takes, and they had like where they could have made an R-rated version and all this stuff. They should put it out. Fucking.
Oh my gosh, it's clotted.
Make it a Disney Plus exclusive.
God, it's hot in here. Look at the clear double. It's clearly a double. Look at that.
Oh, that's clearly Robin Williams. Clearly.
Wouldn't that be awesome to get the stunt guy to have to fucking...
Why does the makeup look like poorer quality? Or was it just like, did it immediately just start like reacting to the flame? Maybe it just started melting.
I don't know, but it's funny. It's clearly a guy with like a longer face, and he even looked like he's probably taller.
Fucking, I'm pretty sure that was. They probably just. It was the melting on his face. He did his own stunt there. It just made him look like a different person.
Dinner is served.
Fuck yeah.
Do you have change? No.
Look at base Mrs. Doubtfire here, just fucking getting takeout, making it look like she cooked it. Base.
Yeah, I know. I mean, $135 and $135. Like considering all the food they get from the place, that seems pretty. That's pretty reasonable today.
Dinner is served.
Do you have changed? No. I thought you would. Thank you very much. Why is he that hard up for cash? Do you have change? Do you have my fucking $2.25?
He's got to fucking make a whole dinner out of it. Fucking put the garnish on the plate.
Yeah, I mean, like, I would wonder, like, where's all the ingredient? Where's like the shit in the trash? Like, where I want to see proof that you made this. It doesn't look like you made this.
I wouldn't care. Like, base Mrs. Doubtfire.
Well, because she's gonna be comping her for anything she buys, right? Like at a grocery store or whatever. But what's he gonna do? Give her a fucking Valenti's or Valenti's receipt?
What if it's like, oh, I don't pay you for shit you buy. You that comes out of your pocket.
I love how the kids don't even. This could easily be over with the kids just telling their mom, like, we were upstairs doing our homework. Mrs. Doubtfire said we had to. Oh, she did. No, they would have been like, Mom, fuck this cunt. This is what she fucking did. You know, like, there's no way. I would have said it.
Did she do anything that bad? I don't even remember.
Well, but she was being kind of crass, right? Don't fuss with me. You know, like that. She was clearly showing a different version of Mrs. Doubtfire than you think they would have said that. Like, Mom, she was mean.
But Mrs. Doubtfire earned their respect right there. She made fucking
dang food.
Mom happy. Mom was happy for the first time.
And that doesn't even look like good food to a kid, to be honest with you.
No, I would have been like, I don't want any of this shit.
I don't want these like fucking miniature carrots and this fucking puke you're putting on the plate.
Tiny carrots? What is this?
Only good nutritious food with me. Idiot, catch a cold, get back inside.
I can floss with this fucking carrot. This ain't gonna fill me up.
Look at that. Like, I just want to apologize for being such a pain today. Oh dear, it's all right. Yeah, this is right. You know, they could see that the mom's happy. It's not all because of Miss Doubtfire, though. It's because she's getting that thick dick from Stu.
Exactly.
Dunmire. It's more of a thick soup, really.
Exactly.
Than a name.
Fucking pours all that thick came all over up inside her.
Gross.
And then she stands up and just runs out.
Well, my favorite quote in the whole movie, it's really close, but I think the one I always go back to the most is, "Oh, I saw it, sir. An angry member." It was run by Fruiting. "Oh, I saw it, sir. An angry member from the kitchen staff. Did you not tip them, sir? I'll get them." That just cracks me up. And I also love it too when he's like, "Loser," in front of Stuart Dunmire's friend. Like, you'd think
he threw the orange at him too.
It was a lime. It was a lime.
Or like, what if his friend just happened to be looking up at that time? Like, no, it was her. She just threw it. I just watched you throw it.
"Oh, I saw it. So run by Fruiting, an angry member of the kitchen staff. Did you not tip?" Since when do you tip the kitchen staff anyway?
Fucking no, I swear it was her. She just threw it. Fucking no, you're mistaken.
What if you would have missed?
The sun was in your eyes.
Yeah, here you go. He's gonna see the hairy leg. Like, oh no.
Oh, I thought it had already passed. That's why.
No, this is when he's got the hairy leg. "My lady, it's a pleasure to see you again."
I want to sit here and watch this, and anybody tell me, anybody with a fucking rational mind, that they wouldn't hit that when they see this leg.
Look at the look on his face.
I am gonna fuck you in half, Mrs. Doubtfire. Holy shit, that is hot. Damn.
I love it. Beautiful. I like that Mad Train and Woke Up Women. Beautiful, natural, just the way God made you. Oh, natural, healthy. Sorry.
May God made you.
Yeah, he's still flirting with her. He sure did.
Fucking Chad. This guy's gonna get some fucking they them pussy.
Fucking gross.
What is that sound? That's not a.
What?
Is that a guitar?
Yeah.
It
It kind of sounds like a reverse trick, like on the recording of a guitar, right? Doesn't it? It's like almost like a sample.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Exactly. Ooh, I fucking like it.
Ooh, I like it.
Won't you like it? No, you like it. Amazing.
That song was supposedly about hair metal and Motley Crue and shit.
I thought it was about coming into a sock and wearing it.
Money for Nothing was also about Motley Crue and the rise of hair metal and shit. And Mark Knopfler says faggot in that song multiple times, and they still play it on the radio, which is funny to me. Look at that little faggot with the earring and the makeup. Look at that little faggot. He's a millionaire. Like, it's.
I thought don't they cut it out?
Huh?
I think they just cut out that whole verse when they play it on the radio.
Really?
That's what they used to do.
I don't think so.
Because everybody talks about how it's always shocking when they hear the album. Oh, I forgot that was even there. I'm so used to hearing it on the radio.
One of the greatest albums of all time. So good.
I am not a crook.
I am not a crook. I don't get that. Why? What is that? What's the reference?
He's doing the fucking what's his name?
Nixon didn't do that shit. What does that have to do
Nixon,
with anything?
he always did this. He always put his arm. He always did the peace sign.
Oh, but okay. I never really put that together with the claws of the lobster. It never really. Fucking
See, we could. The R-rated version has him like filleting it. He starts pulling the broom out, like he starts doing the shake weight motion,
sitting on it. Fucking.
Oh yeah.
Oh jeez. Hey, somebody out there listening needs to make a clip of Zach, and that needs to go on like our official TikTok of Zach filleting that fucking invisible dick. That was pretty funny.
That's the R-rated version, because in the movie we're watching, Mrs. Doubtfire, he's doing the montage and he's just playing. He's acting like he's playing a guitar with the broom as he's sweeping. But in the R-rated version, he was sucking it off till it calmed.
We had a thought like we should make a TikTok to like just put clips of our show to try and drag some more viewers and get that demo. And Mac even brought it up again. And that's the kind of clip we need to put on a TikTok is Zach talking about the R-rated cut of Mrs. Doubtfire, and then it can like zoom in on him go glah, 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 glah. That's funny. That'll get us the young audience. That all right there.
All that came. We'll be
Lover
we'll
boys
be all
here.
over.
So sad when that happens. And he just rips it off.
What would he have done if he walked in and it wasn't Stu's car? It was just like a friend of.
Oh yeah. How does he know?
Maybe he's parked there before.
It's possible they implied that, time's passed. Like maybe Daniel has met him. This is the first time meeting Mrs. Doubtfire, but you had Mercedes. You own that big expensive car up there.
There's no way I don't think there's any way Sally Phil, I can't think of the name of the movie, but like I don't think there's any way she would have been like, this is Doubtfire, like Mrs. Doubtfire, that's not okay to just pull his fucking car. You just like destroyed his property.
I mean, she didn't. How does she know? He doesn't own up to doing that. He said he's found it outside.
Yeah, but it's like, I guess. Oh, somebody else pulled it off. I just found it laying there.
But they're all stupid to everything else that should be obvious. So why would she believe her there? Oliver, really?
Fucking two Chads just bonding here on film.
I love that line. Really? Well, so is your tan.
Exactly. Fucking little digs.
I found this outside. Oh yes, this is off my Mercedes. How does he know it's his Mercedes? I mean, a lot of people drive Mercedes, I'm sure, in that area. Who has to buy a big car like that? Yeah, is trying to compensate for smaller genitals. That's right. That's not the case because I see you're a strapping lad, aren't you?
Amazing.
That's funny. When did you? When did you first see this movie?
Would that bruise your ego to be for an old lady to imply that you probably have a small dick? I don't know.
No, because she doesn't know. I'd be like, "Fuck, you're almost dead, man. I don't care." Yeah. I was like, "No, this Mercedes, this big expensive car, implies that I got money, bitch."
Exactly. It means I fucking I got some money. I got that shit. I got the cheddar. I got that cheddar. But yeah, our girl Miranda, I don't see how our boy is dealing with the fucking just the pure animal magnitude that he must feel for that once that once was his wife's pussy, and now he's got to be in the same house, and he can't have sex with this beautiful woman. This beautiful one. He's got to let Pierce Brosnan come in and get up in there.
It would be the ultimate slap in the face if, like, let's say Daniel was trying for 15 years to get Miranda to give him some anal, and then she just foot down. That's just not her thing. But Stewart gets it on the first night, man. What would that fucking tell you?
Chad.
What if no? But see, to Miranda, she's talking woman to woman. What if they got really comfortable and this went on further, and she was like, oh, and she started wanting to talk bedroom talk with another fellow woman. She's like, well, Stewart put in my ass last night. And I'm like,
amazing.
That would have been a funny rated R type thing. Like, I tried to get this woman to fucking take it up to shoot 15 years. And this fucking guy comes along. Bullshit.
Well, what if it takes a dark turn even more? And it's like he didn't even ask me. He just put it in there like, holy shit, you just got fucking like penetrated against your will. We should go to the hospital. We should go to the. And then she's like doing the whole thing like, I don't know. I didn't tell him he couldn't do. Fucking, I don't know. Fucking, we gotta get a rape kit. We gotta get a rape kit. He just stuck it in your butt. He just stuck it in your butt without. That's violating. And for him, it's kind of like he kind of.
It would have been funny if Mrs. Doubtfire decided to tamper and meddle in their relationship another way, where they established that they were having sex, and so Mrs. Doubtfire decides to infiltrate and be like, "Look, he'll really love pegging." Like convince her to like, don't even tell him. Guys hate it. Guys love it when you just fucking take action and just shove it in their ass, and they'll go along with it. You know.
Like the lions do. Fucking the lions, they fuck each other to strengthen the bond of the pack.
What?
The lions. Fucking the lions. They fuck each other to strengthen the bond of the pack.
Is that real?
It's an alpha thing. Exactly.
No, is that real? Are you fucking with me or is that real?
Very true. See, the fucking the animals, the animal kingdom, they got to figure it out. Fucking your buddies is Chad.
That's all that goes on in prison is just alpha dominance and establishment, like lions.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Leader of the pack.
I'm not
like a son of a jackal.
Watch your mouth, young man. And get it in the balls. She's got them. She's got everything. How does he know she has everything?
He could have been standing there using the sheenus for all he knows. Remember that? The sheenus? It's like a little funnel. You put it with your pussy lips and now you can pee standing up.
Never
fucking
seen that
genius.
in my life.
That's a genius.
But how does he know? He's just going to the assumption that she's a hermaphrodite. Not that it's a guy in drag. That's how convincing the makeup is. I love that. Well, no, some of it's comfortable. No, it's a pain in the padded ass.
You think he's probably saying that because he doesn't want to worry the kid, but it's like a dress probably is kind of comfortable. You get some breathing room on your balls. Breathing in some air.
But he's wearing an entire fucking suit over his balls. He's wearing that padded suit.
Probably. Yeah, he's not even wearing it. I fucked up.
I wonder how that works, though, because when they showed him putting an outfit, when you said you wanted to get all up in that, when you saw that body, he had it covering up down to his like knees. But how does he piss? You think his dick would still be? He wears a skirt. Why can't he like...
That fat suit has one of those things to pull your cock out, like a pair of pants and shit.
Yeah, like how hard is it for him to take like a shit? Like to get out of that stuff and...
Yeah, that's probably the thing you got. I remember as a kid, I used to take my shirt off to take a shit sometimes.
Still do. I still do.
You do?
I still do. I do the George Costanza.
I remember as a kid, I thought, like, oh yeah, the poop particles will get in the fucking fabric. I don't know what I thought.
It has nothing to do with germs and hygiene. It's just I feel uncomfortable, and I'm very uncomfortable when I'm doing that business. And I want to be as comfortable as it's kind of like it goes hand in hand with like you don't want to do a number two at somebody else's house or in public. You're comfortable when you're in your own space, your own house, your own bathroom, your own throne. Just taking off the shirt and not feeling constricted or hot or anything contributes to that. I like feeling the breeze all over me as I'm releasing. Sometimes I kick the pants off my ankles too, and I'm just taking a duty naked.
That is fucking. What if we found studies that said that is the most beta thing you could do? The most Chad thing is to just keep your shirt on. Would you try or would you try to change or would you like? I don't even fucking care.
No,
it's like
I tell you what though, my little brothers, they poop in the dark. They still to this day they turn out the lights pitch black, and they do it on purpose. They go in there and at night they'll turn off the lights. They find it very calming, like you're in the womb, in the pitch dark.
Amazing. Being in the womb would probably not be calming though. It probably you ever put your head to someone's stomach? It sounds like a fucking crazy shit is going on in there.
Yeah. Hey, what happens when like a fetus poops in the womb? What happens to all that poop and bile?
They use it to masturbate with as lube.
Like is that part of the afterbirth? Like what happens over the course of 9 months?
I bet shit actually probably does make a good lube.
Very interesting. We're raising the really important questions in this episode. I like Jack Lundy. He played
This scene right. This is right here. Robin Williams basically taking credit for creating Nickelodeon. Oh, all you gotta do is make a show where you don't talk down to the kids. You just treat them like people, and it can be funny and educate. Fucking huckster.
But I think it's really funny how that makes him a genius. You think he has the most basic information knowledge anybody.
Apparently it wasn't. I did watch the Orange Years. That's the only reason I thought of that, because like apparently that was not a thing before. Like fucking they always talked down to kid. Like we never wanted. I watched that and I liked it.
What'd you think? Yeah, I watched that when it first came out. I think it suffers like any documentary that could really be more than 90 minutes, but for some reason they compress it down to 90 minutes. Like, but what's there is good. But yeah, it's like, why is it 90 minutes? It's like, this is, they kind of barely touch on a little bit of everything. Almost. I mean, they missed a little bit of stuff, but they touch on a little bit of everything. But I really wish they would have gone deeper into some parts. Like, you know what I mean? Like, go deeper into Snick, go deeper into the Nicktoons, go deeper into all this shit. But I don't know why some people are afraid to make a documentary 3 hours. Just do it.
I would have watched a fucking docuseries, fucking 3 episodes of like fucking hour and a half.
Yeah, it was very, very cool. I like them talking about Universal Studios and how they used to do the tours and shit while they were working, and when you were doing the tours, and that's the way I always imagined it. Like they'd be doing all that, they'd be filming one of these shows or whatever, and they'd literally see the people on tour, like the tour groups and stuff, looking down as they're filming. Like that's really cool. Yeah.
Fucking Mark Summers had a hard time always being fucking watched, filmed or recorded. That he actually fucking tore all the microphones out of the fucking the dressing room, because he like, fucking, I don't want to. You know what it was? It was like, I don't want to fucking talk family friendly all the time. I gotta like drop it every once in a while.
Yeah, I gotta talk about fucking bitches on the weekend.
Oh yeah,
having a drink with the boys.
For example, through some house.
For example, like they like I said, they covered most of the eras, but they glossed over certain things that I think were pretty big. Like they glossed over Stick Stigley. Stick Stigley was around for quite a while. He was a face of the summertime, and I think Stick Stigley was only around in summer when kids were out of school. And he was almost like their Nickelodeon VJ Stick Stigley.
What are you gonna say? Really, he's a fucking popsicle stick with eyes and a nose.
But still, bring it up. And did they bring up face or not face?
They do, yeah.
They do, but briefly.
I wish they would have touched on the fact that I remember when, how basically it happens all the time. Like they make those bumpers. They basically like, oh, we're gonna have Face. He's gonna be a mascot. He's basically gonna come in and do the bumpers. He's gonna say, oh, you just watched Little Bear, and up next is Blue's Clues. But sometimes it seemed like the programmers were asleep at the wheel, and they just use whatever. And he'd be like, oh, you just watched Little Bear. It was, no, he didn't. Or he'd be like, you're gonna watch what's the show they had? I can't even think of any other ones. You're gonna watch Dora the Explorer next.
Franklin Turtle or fucking Little Bill.
You gotta watch Little Bit. Up next on Nick Jr. And then like something else would come on.
Up next is that rapist.
As a kid, you'd always be like, "Fucking, he lied to me." You didn't realize that like it's just because
Up next, you're gonna see the beginnings of a serial rapist. Like this is what the construction of a serial rapist is. Little Bill's next.
I wish somebody would have brought that up. Fucking back in the day, I get pissed when Face lied to me and told me Little Bear was coming on. I never liked Little Bear. Actually.
I gotta say, no, I never did. I was too old, but I gotta say, I was definitely watching Nickelodeon during that era when Little Bear was on, but that Little Bear was more of my little brother's demo, but I was still watching like Nicktoons and shit. But
I was still watching the shit that I was too old for. Yeah.
Yeah. So but I would still watch it. Like I have fond memories.
It was just the channel that was always on.
Yeah.
Channel 1-1. I tell my sister, turn to channel 1-1. Fucking.
When I was a kid, my earliest memories of watching Nickelodeon did involve You Can't Do That on Television and Welcome Freshmen, right? Which they didn't even talk about Welcome Freshmen, did they, on that doc?
I don't remember. I didn't even realize that the Do That on Television was like, I never saw that.
Yeah, but You Can't Do That on Television wasn't around very much. Like it's very early memories for me, and then it ended. Most of my memories were Eureka's Castle. I remember
right here, she said I'd come home and the house would be wrecked and I had to take care of it all. Fucking, he stopped being fun. I used to cry myself to sleep right there. Fucking, we're learning about Miranda now. The Miranda. She's reading them. She's reading Mrs. Doubtfire her Miranda rights, if you will.
Yeah. Well, that's true though. She's like, I didn't like who I became around him. So that's not necessarily like it was his fault, but she just brought out the worst in her because she had to be this naggy bitch because he wasn't listening and he wasn't helping her out. Like I said, yeah, he was throwing the parties, having the good time, and she'd be working the full-time consistent job and have to come home and clean it. I mean, as if like Miranda can obviously afford a Mrs. Doubtfire to come in. Why did they just hire a fucking maid? You know,
there's no way they would have. There's no way he probably would be hearing that for the first time after getting divorced. They'd probably bring that up per year. Like, I feel like every time I come home after doing a lot of shit, this is just I'm cleaning up all your shit. Like,
yeah. They really portray it like this was one big blow up that just made it snap. But like, you guys have had to have had these talks a lot, and there had to have been arguments here. Yeah, for sure. But like I said, if it really was about that, like Miranda on her own accord could afford to have a nanny like Mrs. Doubtfire. So why didn't they just hire a fucking maid before they're divorced? If you're that rich, man, if I was that rich, I would hire a fucking maid to come in and clean the house, fucking take care of everything.
The way they're setting it up almost makes it seem like there's going to be a revelation later that like Miranda never loved him or something.
Why are they acting like this is so fucking amazing? They've come to a nasty fucking disease-infested public pool. Like gross.
I was thinking that. Imagine that though, if they got that like drama and like real that like I never really loved you. Like fucking, we got pregnant. I did what I thought I was supposed to do. Like, maybe then it would make a little bit more sense why fucking that one blow up was the straw that broke the camel's back. Who knows? They probably didn't want to bring in something that deep.
Yeah, it convolutes things. But why is Stuart Dunmire hanging out at a public pool? This doesn't look like a country club or something. It looks like a fucking shitty public pool. Public pools are the worst.
Fucking look at that haircut. What a Chad.
I mean, it probably is a country club, like, you know, given the bar outside and all that shit and the restaurant. But still.
Look at that water's so cold.
Never caught
I can't even imagine saying, even if it was like, I hate this fucking guy. He's taking my family. I can't even imagine like being that daring when you're trying to hide. Like you're trying to hide. What he's throwing shit at him.
Yeah, your tummy looks different than my daddy's. I love that.
Not everybody has a personal trainer. It's like, why would Mrs. Doubtfire stick up for this guy she's never met? What if Miranda just looked over?
Yeah, you think Miranda would be like, Miss Doubtfire,
she just looks over. She just looks over and be like, I just realized you're fucking fuck you, and just pushes him into the water, and the movie's over.
Miss Doubtfire, touch me again, I'll drown you, bastard.
Oh yeah.
Like, why is she wearing that fucking shit? Looks hot as fuck. And I mean, it's got to be hot enough to have a pool. I didn't really think San Francisco got that warm. I thought San Francisco maintained a certain temperature year round, more or less. Like, you're making a movie about a guy who's got to hide that he's a woman. You got to have at least one scene where he's out in the hot fucking summer. Look how good she look. Look, fucking one-piece swimsuit, modest yet fucking Stacy. What a Stacy! Hell yeah. Yeah. Our girl. She's in the fucking BTM alumni. Is she on is that fucking Colonel Sanders? Is she in the montage thing, that collage? Oh, she should have been. Oh, okay. Sally Field, we need to put her in there. Yeah, this is just weird to me. Sally Field. Yeah, Sally Field. That chick's hot. Like, I love that. It's on me. He's not even drunk yet. Like, is he that comfortable? It's on me. Like, he forgot. He's forgotten he's wearing the get up already, and he's kind of flirting with this girl here. And he acts like he's very comfortable flirting, but isn't he freshly divorced? You think you'd forget how to do that, right? Like, I don't know. Like, he's just way too comfortable dressing like a fucking transvestite old woman and hitting on this young woman. I mean, fucking, we never tried it. What if you fucking dress up like a woman and all of a sudden it is the most comfortable? Because now I can truly be like, they don't know who I'm really. Like, they think I'm one of them. They think I'm the one of them. I'm not really.
because
So he's a good guy. People change, Ron. I'm pushing 40.
Hell yeah.
I'm pushing 40. Fuck, I'm pushing 40. Fuck.
Hell yeah.
Not really. Not yet. I'm almost 36. I'm not
What are
pushing.
they drinking there? What are they drinking there? That looks good. I need a drink.
Some kind of fruit drink.
I forgot I brought a whole thing of drinks, so I didn't have to get up.
Thanks, Todd. What can I say, Ron? The guy's a loser. I'll see you.
Todd.
Loser. Look at this awesome shot, man. Boom. I love that sound it made.
I love his face. He looks so fucking mad. He's ready to fucking just pull that cock out and start fucking smacking it against whoever's face just through that. That's what I do when somebody throws shit at me and I didn't expect it.
Yeah, that look on his face is like, yeah, that has to be that old bitch. Like, what? Like, he's so fucking just confused. Like, and yeah, the friend had to have seen it. Look, the friend.
Yeah, he's right there.
What are you looking at?
Are they friends or was he just making conversation with him?
No, he knew him because he said, Miranda Hillard? Yeah, the woman I'm seeing. He's like, those are her, who's Rugrats? He's like, Miranda Hillard. He's like, you, Stuart Dunmire, the man who would never have kids? He's like, well, people change, Ron. I'm pushing 40. Yeah, so they established they know each other. Like, oh, you? Do you think when you're pushing 40, you'll be like, people change. I got to have kids now?
I don't fucking know.
It's in human nature. It's human nature to want to procreate. There's something about it where it'll click.
It's in our nature to discover ourselves. It's in our nature to kill ourselves. It's in our nature to kill each other. What amazing band. Fucking Papa Roach. We think of the upper echelon of rock music, the Beatles. Like Papa Roach is gonna have its place.
Remember when they came out and they had, they cut my life in two pieces, and there was like a lot of people that were like, God, these fucking people ripped off Iron Maiden.
When they said that, cut my life in two pieces, does he mean it just into pieces, or does he mean specifically two?
I think
and what does two signify?
I've thought about this. I think he was trying to be a poet, like, oh God, it's double entendre. People are gonna think I'm so like it's either into many pieces or in two pieces, and either way, it doesn't matter. You're dead.
So fucking high IQ.
Yeah.
I always love this scene here where he's just...
Yeah, it's more of that fucking thing. I'm a raptor, doing what I can, gonna eat everything to the appearance of man. Yo, yo, yo. Yeah, it's the same thing. Like, he's doing the hip-hop thing. He's the white man.
I thought he said yo-yo semen.
I'm coming on your face.
I'm coming as oil. Fucking, I'll be back, but I'm coming as oil. Fucking, he comes back and he just fucks the Tin Man and fucking he springs a leak and it's oil coming out of his dick instead of came. If that happened on the movie we did last, I'm trying to remember what it was.
Wizard of Oz?
Wizard of Oz, yeah.
God, what's that movie with the Tin Man and the Cowardly Lion? I don't know.
It's weird that was the last episode we did. It seemed like so long ago.
Yeah, because we were doing less of these. We have to do a cinema enema next, I feel. But I'm excited because this week we're going to be doing a different kind of show.
It's a different one.
It's a different show.
Different.
That's what Daniel says. It's a different show. Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun.
Exactly.
It's a different show. I've been watching the Joe Bobs, man. I've watched almost all the ones from the new season.
Fucking, you got Joe Bob build.
Yeah, I watched. I really liked the girl that lives down the lane. I liked that. And I saw your review on it, and I liked it more than you did. But my sentiments were the exact same as you, where you think there's going to be a big twist, and there really isn't. And in fact, I don't know if it's because of the fact that they're showing it on Joe Bob or the fact that it's on Shudder, but you just think it's going to be more horror than it is. And it really isn't any of that stuff. The creepiest thing is the fucking pervert in it. And, but no, it's like in the middle of the movie, she straight up tells her, polio boyfriend what's in the cellar. Like, there's no secret. Like, well, there's gotta be more to it. Maybe she was more heinous than no, they pretty much told you everything right there. But at the end of the day, I thought the performances were really fucking good. Finding out that way seems off. Like, did they just run out of money? He couldn't shoot any of that. Like, finding out from her telling him rather than just never see anything. Like, you feel like, I couldn't believe that he was going down in the cellar because in my mind, she's some kind of little Norman Bates. Like we're missing something. We haven't unraveled everything yet. But no, she lets him go down.
I think that would have been a better ending. I think that would have been better.
But as it is, I think the ending was good. It's like when she, did the poison or whatever, Norman Bates style, and took out the pervert. Like Joe Bob said, that, it's like this was the only one without a doubt, because that, she actually consciously murdered somebody because there was an excuse for everything else. And I still thought it was a great movie. I was fucking astounded. I was like blown away. Like, I couldn't believe they had that nudity. Like, what the fuck? And I didn't even know he was a double because it looked so fucking like, I was just like,
I didn't even notice.
What, the double?
I didn't even notice there was nudity in the movie.
You must have been looking at your phone or something for a minute.
Well,
But
maybe.
yeah, no, like when they're getting bit, him and her and her boyfriend, she literally just derobes, takes off her clothes. You see her butt and you see her fucking chest and shit like that. And it looked, Joe Bob said it was her older sister that did the body double work, but I didn't really see any cuts. It literally looked like Jodie Foster derobed. It must have been really slick. And I'm afraid to go back and look again because that's fucking creepy. But I couldn't believe what I was watching. And I guess apparently, yeah, I was reading that she disowns the movie because she felt took the exploitation a little too far with all that. But I don't know. It was fucking weird.
I didn't even notice it, so it didn't seem that exploitational.
But bottom line, yeah, they don't do anything. They're just implying that they have sex and they're sleeping together in their relationship. But she literally derobes and you're seeing a 13-year-old girl. It's fucking weird. It made me stop for a second.
I would have just assumed she wasn't really the age in the movie.
But she really was. Even Joe Bob says she was 12 technically when they started filming, and she turned 13. Well,
I mean, that was her sister, apparently.
I know, but I'm telling you, Joe Bob had to say that because it looked like it was one take and no cuts. Like I was like, what the fuck?
Fucking Jodie Foster's sister probably looks a lot like her.
Yeah. Anyway, it was enough to fucking make you do a double take. Like, what the fuck am I watching?
See, that's how you know I'm really not a pedophile, because I didn't even notice.
No,
I definitely didn't rewind it and watch it multiple times.
If anything, it's the obvious. You're so desensitized from all the fucking you want like, oh, that's nothing. That's so lightweight. She's not even doing anything. But anyway, that's brave filmmaking for sure. It's just like, what the fuck? Definitely, you can't even smoke in a movie anymore hardly. So it's like, how far we've come.
Fucking bring back showing underage girls titties in movies.
No,
Aaron.
Aaron.
We're gonna put that on a shirt. No. Bring back showing underage girls titties in movies. Aaron.
But it's even pretty taboo that they got a body double to imply it, because that's pretty hardcore. Because they did that all the time and nobody would bat an eye. We've talked about it before. When you look at a movie like The Stepfather and they have the shower scene with the stepdaughter, and she's supposed to be like 16 or whatever, even if she's really 18, it's like we're still showing a new 16-year-old like portray. It's just funny. It's almost like they embrace, like, hey, this is what the people want to see. Everybody wants them 16-year-old tits. They all think about it, but you're not allowed to speak up about it. It's like, let's sell it to them. It was a really weird. I don't know.
Fucking cringe. That's some cringe shit.
See how fast this movie goes by? We're already at Bridges Restaurant. Exactly. You know what I mean? And this whole fucking final bit here at Bridges is great. And it's more just him kind of going back and forth back. He changes in and out of this prosthetic and the costume so many times. It's ridiculous. All while he's getting progressively more drunk because of Jack Lundy. Jonathan Lundy, I'm sorry. Smoking!
Exactly.
Back when you could smoke in restaurants.
I don't miss that.
No.
I'm fine with them getting rid of that.
You can't even
Fucking
smoke.
the woke
You
culture.
can't even smoke in Vegas casinos anymore, which is great. Like literally, it's great for people like me.
That shit really does stink.
Yeah, I hate the smell of it, dude. If you used to walk into a casino or like in a restaurant, it smelled like my grandmother's house. My dad's mom, they were smokers. They smoked like fucking chimneys in their own house, and it had this smoke stank. It almost felt like you were being suffocated. And it's not
the only thing you can to a non-smoker is basically like walking into a person's house that has a lot of pets or something.
You do get uncomfortably used to it, like you stop noticing it. And yeah, if you're not exposed to that and you live in a non-smoke free environment, whatever, and then you would go to somebody's house like that, whenever I visit my mom, before even a couple of years ago, she would always smoke in her house, and I would, I haven't been in that environment in a long ass time, and literally now you have secondhand smoke shouldn't be a thing anymore unless you have a parent that's blowing it in their baby's face. It really is. And I would go into
that's the Chad move. That's you put hair on that fucking kid's balls,
dude. I remember like 4 years ago, 5 years ago, I stayed at my mom's house, and I brought a duffel bag of clothes that I never even opened. Actually, I ended up not needing this extra bag, and when I got home, everything in this unopened duffel bag reeked of fucking cigarette smoke. And it took like multiple washes to get everything out. It was just so hardcore. I didn't stay with her again after that. I started staying with my grandma because I'm like, I can't fucking be around this.
The easiest way to do it is to just cum all over it and let it sit for like 2 hours.
Pre-treat it.
Wash it, and then it smells completely normal.
Pre-cum it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll deliver the message personally, sir.
Fucking, we can talk about the fact that they were going to make a movie. Oh, I just kind of got hard when she made that noise right there. Did you hear that? When she opened it up, I just wanted to bust a big ass nut.
They were gonna make a sequel. Is that what you're talking about?
They were gonna make a sequel. I was trying to stall until I got the trivia up here.
They were trying to make. It was as late as like 2010, 11. It's been like 10 years. Where Natty was going to college.
Originally began in 2003. Script was written by Bonnie Hunt. Robin Williams was set to return and disguise as an old nanny like in the first movie. Due to problems with the script, rewriting began in early 2006 as Williams was allegedly unhappy with the plot. The film was expected to be released in late 2007, but following further script problems, the sequel was declared scrapped in mid-2006. The sequel story was originally going to involve Williams as Mrs. Doubtfire moving close to his daughter's college so he could keep an eye on her. Basically, they revived the idea, bring it back in 2014, and then Robin Williams died just a couple weeks later.
It's the first movie itself should never logically happen. It actually hurts the first movie to think that he would do it again just to go to college. It literally sounds like Big Mama's House, a Big Mama's House sequel, like a stupid.
Mm-hmm. Apparently, Stu was written as a villain. Apparently, really arrogant, but they changed it.
Yeah, it's unnecessary. You don't need him to be like a villain because it's just not needed.
Exactly. Very Chad.
It muddies up the plot because what's the end game? What, you expose Stewart as being like a bad guy? So what? Miranda leaves the picture. It doesn't really mean like it opens it up for him to be a father and a husband again. That's not even what it's about. So
apparently the character Mrs. Doubtfire originally it was performed by Robin Williams at a show Andy Kaufman did at Carnegie Hall. Williams pretended to be Kaufman's grandmother. I wonder if any footage of that exists. Probably not. We probably saw it.
Andy Kaufman's grandmother?
Fucking Andy Kaufman. Oh yeah. Obviously, alluding to the whole fucking who was the alternate ego of Andy Kaufman? He would just dress up like another guy and pretend to be him.
Yeah, yeah, I know what you're talking about. I can't think of the name.
Forget his name. That's super fun. It's so funny because it's like fucking that's only funny to like him and his friend. Everybody else is just confused as fuck. I love that. This is the funniest laugh, the biggest laugh for me as a kid. When he scares himself looking in the mirror because he does look fucking terrifying.
He looked like that fucking. He looked like that guy who played John Connor in fucking Terminator Genesis.
And we've all done that. We've all like fucking been in a hurry and seen ourselves in the mirror or something. And like, oh, like maybe not made that same noise, but like you feel your fucking heart stop for a second. Like you thought somebody was in the house. Did I ever bring up that time that me and my friend broke into a trailer to steal weed?
No.
I think I did.
I don't remember.
I think
It's
I
been
did
a long
a
time.
long
It's been a
time.
long time. Then go ahead and tell it again because I don't remember it.
Fucking it was actually the first time I ever smoked the weeds, and fucking I had to have told this because for a while it was like, oh yeah, it was the first time I ever did it. It was the last time I ever did it. Fucking until it became legal, but then like fucking, and then like, but yeah, it was funny because we were like 10 years old, man. Fucking, he's like, man, there's weed in there and we could try it, and I was like, fucking, okay, let's try it. Fucking, I was on his on his back, reaching into the window to unlock it, and I looked in. And they had a mirror right in front of the door, and I almost shat myself. I was like, my whole life flashed before my eyes. I was like, I just got caught trying to break in and enter. And like, it didn't really register. Like, I'm a kid, nothing bad's gonna happen. He's gonna be able to talk. And like, my whole life was.
If you really would have thought about that, like back when you were a kid, like, oh wait, nothing really happens to me that bad when I'm a kid. Would you have exploited that a little more? Like, wait, what am I so worried about? I'm just a kid.
I wish I would
go kill somebody.
We really should just let kids know that. Like, you really should try to get away with as much.
If you do bad enough shit, you get thrown into juvenile hall, which is bad. My mom, her best friend at a point when I was a kid, her best friend had a son that was in and out of trouble, and he finally got sentenced to a juvie hall, and he got fucking raped. He got raped. I remember my mom was telling me like that. I'm like, why are you telling me this, Mom? A, I'm a little kid. This is kind of not appropriate for me. It's a little mortifying. Like, what am I supposed to do about it? Like,
that sounded like that meme. Like, Mom, I'm 12. Why are you telling me this? I swear I've seen that.
It's like, but yeah, I mean, it was just like in the movies, man. This kid got fucking raped, and who knows what happened to him after that. But I'd say a lot of times it's like a statistic. People that have to go into like state juvie correctional facilities and shit like that probably don't become reformed. They probably just end up going more in the system, and I don't know.
Fucking right here, he said, "Make his not spicy." They're basically we're at the very end of the movie where it's all revolving around this big dinner he's having with fucking Stu and the rest of the family.
Yeah,
and we're seeing the scene right now where he takes a drink of champagne and the fucking his dentures fall in. But what's funny is nobody knew he was gonna do that. That was ad libbed, and they all just went with it. Who knows if this is the take where they saw it for the first time, or if they did it a couple of times. But I noticed while watching it this time, it's like, shouldn't that have gave him away right there that he's using like special effect? Like, those aren't dentures; those are special effects like teeth, aren't they?
Yeah, those are like fake teeth.
Or do they have partial, like front teeth only dentures? Maybe,
I don't know. That's not the way those things work, I don't think. And it's funny is this gave me a false impression of what dentures were in 1993, and I think it's Mrs. Doubtfire's fault that my brother didn't realize what dentures look like, because I think maybe I've brought this up before, but my dad's father, he had dentures, and there was a time in 1995, 96 that we lived with them, and one day he had left a glass of water in the kitchen with his teeth in there. And
that's mind blowing when you're a kid and you see that for the first time. Yeah.
But it didn't look like it didn't necessarily look like teeth, because it just like water and you just saw pink. You saw like the gum shit, right? Mm-hmm. And then I remember my brother, but I knew it was his dentures. And my brother, he literally, like a fucking idiot, grabs the glass and goes, "Oh, pink ice," and drinks it. I'm like, that's his fucking teeth, dog.
You just French kiss grandpa.
You just ate grandma's pussy, basically. It's the same thing. It's like once removed, no big deal.
Oh yeah. So that stupid. Pussy marinating in that water juice. That pussy juice. So funny.
Are you wearing this perfume?
So he happened to like have to do this little dinner date with the family on the same night that he's going to talk to his the manager of his play that he's been hearing out his ideas, and like, fucking Daniel, give me some of these ideas you got for this TV show.
I just would have had to put my foot down with the family and be like, no, I really can't. I gotta.
In real life, he probably would have. Yeah,
I can't make it. This is too big. He's not gonna really do this.
But it makes for a good third act.
It does, but you know,
there's like, oh, he's got to keep going to the bathroom as Mrs. Doubtfire so he can take the shit off and hang out with him. And at one time he forgets and he keeps the makeup on. So he's like, oh,
it's the next one.
He's pretty quick though. I don't know if I would have thought of that as quick as he did. Oh, I ran into a girl.
Each time it progresses, it gets worse. He keeps going back and forth, and this time he's got perfume on and he sees lipstick, and then he's quick. The next time it's like, he keeps sending away like, go see she's a friend for me. Like, okay, I'll be right back. This whole stupid
I wouldn't even thought about like, oh yeah, I ran into a girl I used to know back there. Like I would be like, fuck, you caught me. I'm dressing up as a woman to hang out with my kids.
And this is funny though. This is like manslaughter here. Him infiltrating the kitchen. He's drunk. It's funny.
So he heard him say, "Oh, no fucking spicy." No, like he didn't know like, oh, he's allergic.
No, he told him. He said, no. He said, no pepper for me. I was like, no, none for me. I'm allergic to pepper. He told him.
He didn't realize like
a deadly
how
allergen.
Serious it was. So like, he put some pepper.
A lot
back there.
Look at that cayenne. He just dumped cayenne all over it. And you know what though? At that restaurant, you think they would have saw that. Like, what the fuck is this? Like, the guy who takes the food, the expediter, or whatever, the food runner. You think they would look at this?
You've never done that? You never just put on a cook's hat and just walked back there and did something to someone's food? Like they just act like you know what you're doing. They don't say anything.
Can you imagine though, like the repercussions there? Like what if you would have did it to the wrong plate and it was like somebody with like a really bad allergen and he killed some kid? I don't know.
Yeah, it's a good thing he got the right one. That would have been really like unlucky though if the kid that also got the same meal was the one, and he also had the same allergy. That'd have been way too lucky.
Yeah, and they didn't have an EpiPen, and her fucking throat swelled up, and she fucking died right there. God, you wouldn't admit to that. You would just go to your grave with that, like just feeling guilty, like fuck, my buffoonery killed a kid.
I blame my kids. Actually, I wouldn't even been in that fucking situation if it wasn't for them. In fact, I'm gonna kill them. In a video game.
I one time when I worked at a restaurant, you know how like going in and out of a kitchen, the wait staff where there's like swinging double doors, and I thought it'd be funny for some reason to like, and they would always have like a clear window you could see through the double door like plastic, and I remember ducking down right behind it because I thought it'd be funny. One of my like waiter friends would like just walk into it and like boom, oh, there's nothing, you can't get through. I'm blocking the door. It'd be funny. And one guy was going through it really fast, and he legit like fucking damn near broke his nose. It's fucking bleeding. It was like, how is this even possible? How did this fucking happen? But I felt so bad. He hurt himself pretty bad. I'm like, God, I'm an asshole. I'm a fucking dummy.
This might be one of the best like scenes where an actor pretends to be choking, and it felt like I almost choking. I've been there. Like I've been that bad choking. Like when you're really choking, it's like, oh shit.
But what does being allergic have to do with choking on a hunk of fucking shrimp? Like, is it because his fucking shit was closing up on the shrimp?
Probably. I don't think I'm allergic to anything like that.
Because you'd think, like, look, he just gives him the Heimlich maneuver, spits out the shrimp, and he's all better. I'm like, well, you think that's as far as the allergen went? I don't know.
Maybe he ate it. He realized there's pepper in it, and then he just kind of freaked out. Maybe like.
Yeah, because I would think
swallow it different.
I would think once you eat the fucking thing, it would go down. Then your shit would react, and you would just have trouble breathing and shit. You'd swell up, and look at that. Like he swallowed that shit whole. That shrimp wasn't even chewed up.
Yeah, he was just like, holy shit! I think I just tasted like I'm so fucking discombobulated now. I just accidentally swallowed without even chewing
a whole fucking shrimp. Looks disturbing.
Look at that look. What would you think at that moment? Because you wouldn't, like, your mind wouldn't put it in that, like, that's a mask. Like, first you would think, like, what the fuck is wrong with Mrs. Doubtfire's face? Why does she have hair underneath that wig? Like, what the fuck? And then, like, it finally comes.
It would be mortifying. All these kids would grow up to be like fucking Silent Night, Deadly Night, Punish serial killers dressing as old women.
This is a really memorable, like, scene. How like
the whole time. Like after I told you about.
I wonder if that was scripted like that, or if this is just like fucking. Just think of how you would act.
Yeah,
if you found
out. I have to go. We're leaving. Yeah.
Exactly. Because you wouldn't want to blow up in front of everybody. You fucking just you keep it short. Like you wouldn't want to fucking. I told you, like you wouldn't want to air your dirty laundry.
Yeah. Oh, it's really funny how like Stu's almost embarrassed too, but I think Stu has the upper hand here. He has more of ground to be upset because of what he did, but Stu knows he talked shit on him in front of Mrs. You know. Well, no, he didn't. He didn't say anything bad because he was eavesdropping when he told his friend, "What can I say? The guy's a loser."
Mm-hmm.
He never willingly talked shit in front of him to Mrs. Doubtfire. So I don't know why he would feel, he was probably just embarrassed. Like, God, everybody's looking at us. Look what just happened. It almost looks like performance art. Like you think it was a episode of Punk'd. Like, all right, where's the camera crew? Clears throat, begins to suck cock.
Out it comes. Out it comes.
Saying I can't have my kids is like I can't have air. I can't live without air. I can't live without my kids.
See, yeah, I think you're just being an a. I don't know. Like it seemed like he's pretty crazy about his kids.
No, but I have to kind of side with the judge here. He's like, look, he's like, I believe your words, all his words and everything else, they're all genuine sounding, but I believe it to be the work of a very gifted actor. He's proven himself to be a very gifted actor. He's professionally an actor too. And it's like, yeah, I mean, of course that's going to be a possibility. I mean, it doesn't mean it's not true, but it's like the whole Amber Heard thing, right? Nothing she says can be taken seriously because, like, oh, she's acting. This is what she does for a living. She's bad acting at that. Like, she's an actor.
I don't know. I don't know. Fucking, who knows? Fucking.
There's probably a little bit of column A and column B from that, but all I know is, one side looks a little prettier than the other right now. That's for sure. Because she's definitely been caught in some lies. So,
I'm not even paying attention to it.
You talking about the fucking Robin Williams? No, I mean seriously, you'd have to look at this guy, dude. Think about it.
Why is he fucking? You're acting, but like you're still hanging out with your kid. Like what?
Think about it from the judge's perspective. He didn't just get done watching a comedy blockbuster, Mrs. Doubtfire. He woke up to go to work, and this is the case he gets, and he hears it's a guy that was dressing in drag as an old woman to be around kids. Like without context, you'd be like, what the fuck? I know, but like what? You would be like, what is this guy capable of?
Everybody romanticizes like fucking. I would have if it was me. I wouldn't let fucking anybody. You run off with my kid, I'll flip over every fuck. I'll buy all the atlases, go to the end of the map, fucking find my kid. But then like, he just put on some wig and some shit. Like I don't know. This doesn't seem that crazy to me.
It does to me. It's just like he's probably thinking exactly what we're all thinking. Like, why didn't you just fucking keep talking to me? Make it go to court, work this out. Like, who would do this? No one's going to be like, oh man,
Robin
he
Williams.
really loved his kids. He went to these extremes.
I would, baby. I would.
Yeah, look, he suggested a period of psychological evaluation, right? And they're going to re-examine the case in 1 year.
Fucking shit judge. Fuck him. Fuck him. Shit judge.
I do like to see
I
after
would have
this,
been the better judge in this.
when she visits him at work or whatever, and he's kind of just opening up to her, talking about what it's like to be supervised. And, whenever I go to give her a hug, she wonders why. But he has to understand why. It's like, dude, you did some crazy shit. Like, you probably do need psych evaluation. He's a little nuts. I don't do it. What a cunt.
Fucking she's a Stacy.
Why are these people coming here with like this list of of demands? You'd think in the ad she would put what is expected and what, looking for someone that will do this. Why would she wait for these people to come here and waste her time and be like, I don't do this, I don't do windows, I don't cleaning, I don't do reading.
That's only for a movie. Like in the real life, nobody goes to a job that they actually want and tell some shit they don't want to do. Like,
yeah,
you usually lie even if you don't want to do it.
But you'd still filter it out by in the ad telling exactly what you need. So anybody that's not willing to do the things that I need not apply, type of thing. You don't have to waste your fucking time listening to these people. That bitch, what did that bitch want to do? Lay on the couch? She just wanted to be a babysitter.
Stacey.
She got the right idea.
Oh yeah.
She's like, I cannot promise you I will not molest your kids either.
I can't promise you they won't die in my custody. I won't kill them, but like fucking what they do behind my back is like is out of my hands. I got shit to do too.
But I also won't stop God's will. You know, whatever. I won't prevent.
Fuck your kid.
Yeah. See, look, they're already kind of. I think that's unhealthy. Like, oh, we got to stop talking to her like she's a real person. Like, I miss Mrs. Doubtfire. That's unhealthy. To me, that's a little crazy. Like, you're fucking with these heads.
Look, right here. Fucking, I always, this is another.
You wicked monkey.
I always love, I'm going to give you a kiss on the cheek, and then I'll give you a monkey bite.
You wicked monkey.
That's totally Nickelodeon type of humor. It's just like, what? That's absurd. I'll give you a monkey bite.
Because next is the chips.
Fucking, they look genuinely.
You would think these kids would be sitting in front of the, watching this from the beginning. They act like this is the first episode or something. You think they would have known it was going to air and they would be like just watching? I would. If my dad, and I loved him, who I didn't see all the time, was fucking had a TV show every fucking weekday, I'd watch it. I'd be there and be like, hey, let's watch it.
Fucking Robin Williams is taking jobs from old fucking women to sit on the couch and be a host of a show. He's wearing fat face. He's wearing fat woman face.
And then fucking Mr. Sprinkles, he got fired from his other job. He got demoted to being a mailman. Yeah, it's Tyrannosaurus Rex. But it's also good that they gave him a job, though. They didn't say, fuck you, old timer. We know you don't have any Social Security. Best of luck. No,
that guy is actually he's in the Critters. He played the sheriff who says like, oh fucking or no, not Critters. He's in Leprechaun. He's like, oh, Ozzy call again. What is it this time? And I remember when me and Mac were doing the Leprechaun commentary, I was like, that guy, that's not an actor. They just got a guy who really was the sheriff of this town. He's like, I'm pretty sure I've seen him in another. I'm like, nope. I was so sure. Nope. I love that too. I'm gonna give you a monkey bite.
You wicked monkey.
If you watch them, you could tell like they didn't. That was just improvised. That was probably just a real reaction.
Yeah, he was probably really laughing. Yeah.
Oh, you wicked monkey.
You wicked monkey. Oh, I thought he smacked him in the ass.
See right here, he's like, we're number one in the time slot. They're talking about syndication. We're talking Los Angeles. And he goes, woo! Wouldn't that be
Hollywood.
funny? Before he even realizes Miranda's there, he has a mask off moment where he's like, I can't wait to get out of this fucking town and leave my fucking stupid, shitty ass kids. Oh, Miranda. Like, what if that was like the big twist ending? He didn't even really want to be there. Like, he was just doing it for fun.
What? Just, I don't understand. Isn't the whole idea that, like, yeah, let's get a guy to dress in drag as an old woman for a kid's show is just so fucking bizarre.
Genius. It's fucking genius.
How do you even pronounce Hufadeniya? How do you say her name? Hufadeniya Doubtfire. What is her fucking name?
Euphegenia. He just said it like right whenever you asked, almost like he could hear you.
But I don't know what he says. Like he says it so fast. I can get the syllables.
Euphegenia.
Euphegenia Doubtfire.
Euthanasia.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great ending. I think it fits really well to end on that monologue of the show while they're going off and driving away with Daniel.
More progressive propaganda. Some parents have different. Some people live with their
grandparents. They never say
woke shit,
but they never say two mommies, two daddies. It wasn't quite that progressive yet.
Well, that would have made it too obvious. They got to hide it. Fucking. They don't want you. They don't want you to fucking. They want to tell you what to do, but not tell you what to do. That's how these conspiracy theories work, Aaron.
But you know, it's funny though. This is the first time we're doing the movie where I got that stupid quote from the "Bye Bye Puppets." It came from this. Bye Bye Puppets.
You know what's funny? As I noticed while I was watching it, that's one of those lines that I don't think he ever says. I don't think he ever says it exactly like that. You're remembering it like people remember "You Feeling Lucky, Punk" or whatever. Or
yeah.
Whatever.
What does he say? What does he say?
I think he says, "That's all for now, puppets. Bye bye." Or something like that.
Oh, you might be right. Yo, Yeah, we'll see it. We'll see it here in a second. It's still where it came from, regardless. But I'll have to look at the fucking captions. Bye bye. I think you might be right. That sounds right, doesn't it?
Why fucking it's not even explained in the movie why he's referring to the kids as puppets. It's probably because he's letting us know, because there's the woke agenda. He's talking about like they're all his puppet, like fucking the Illuminati puppets, and like he's the puppet master, and we're all gonna be like his puppets now, because we're gonna repeat this progressive wokeist bullshit.
I think if it is different, maybe I probably acknowledged that before I started saying it, but I've done it so much the other way that I think it's that way. Because why would I say, if he does say, "All right, puppets, bye bye," why would I say that at the end of the show? It doesn't sound right. Bye bye.
He says later, puppets, bye. That's how he says
bye.
It.
Okay,
When they reboot the movie, that's how we'll say it, because that's how the kids.
This
say
is it. Like, oh, Mr. Sprinkles.
Oh yeah.
This is where you get the propaganda stuff, right?
Exactly.
Some people have 2 daddies, 2 mummies. Some kids want to chop off their dicks when they're 4 years old. You should.
Chad.
Oh, Mrs. Sprinkles. Oh, Mrs. Doubtfire. He calls her Mrs. I never noticed that. Mrs. Doubtfire. What?
I don't think he did. I think he said Mrs. Doubtfire.
Why did it say that? But I know, but it said that in quotes. Oh, hello, Miss, in quotes, Mrs. Doubtfire. Like it was intentional. I don't know what that's all about.
He didn't even care enough to learn the lines.
Yeah, what? This is total bullshit. That only now he's allowed to, because she had the power. She had the power the whole time to fix all this shit.
You got a big fucking butterfly on her shirt.
She was using the kids because she was mad at him for some reason, and all she was doing was she was punishing the kids too. So fucking.
As you do. What the fuck is the point of having kids if you can't weaponize them against your spouse?
I took care of it.
She had a change of heart. It's all good now.
Yeah, I mean, if I was a kid, I wouldn't have liked visiting my dad or whatever if I had like supervision. If they were like watching us, like that's, like I said, that's just as not enjoyable for the kids as it is the dad.
Exactly. Fucking you can't even like your dad can't even like let you borrow a pack of smokes and shit. I'll show you his porno bags.
I mean, how is he supposed to suck his son's dick with somebody watching him? A little privacy.
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
That's the best time to suck your son's dick.
That's fucked up. Let's see here. Yeah. I have to hear this monologue because I have to definitively hear what Doubtfire says.
You got to hear the wokest propaganda.
It's a good ending.
Trying to make us accept fucking families and shit. Man, one woman.
Now they live in different houses. My brother Andrew says that we aren't a real family anymore. My brother's name was Andrew. Is this true? Did I lose my family? How does a kid get this letter in the mail without the help of a parent getting him stamps? And does the parent want to like read it? Like, you think the parent would answer this question?
Fucking the parents sucks.
My dear Katie, you know, some parents, when they're angry, they get along much better when they don't live together.
I think we rely on parents to teach kids too much. Like, parents are kind of like, they usually don't want to teach like the harder stuff. I think that's a little, they usually don't. They usually just like, well, you'll understand 1-year-old. We got to tell kids something.
Sometimes they don't, dear. Don't blame yourself. Yeah, it's actually pretty, it's hitting home. Just because they don't love each other anymore.
Look at that deadpan fucking stare into the camera. It was almost terrifying. It was almost scary.
It seems really terrifying. He's staring into your soul. Like he's about to feed you some propaganda. Like, kill your parents. Kill your parents.
When they tell you that, dear, grab a knife. Go to the room.
Tiptoe into the bedroom and slit their throats.
Grab a knife. A knife.
Bye-bye, puppets. Like, fucking kill them puppets. That's why they're puppets. They're going to do his bidding through the brainwash.
You're all my children now.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, but if there's love, dear, those are the ties that bind. You'll have a family in your heart forever. She bites her lower lip because she misses that dick.
What if they're implying that they might get together after she heard that?
She was pretty curious. I think after that, she's like, you know, it's kind of like in Jingle All the Way when Howard's wife saw her in the fucking the Turbo Man costume. And she's like, Howard. Now that she saw Daniel as Mrs. Doubtfire, she wanted to get fucking rocked in that outfit. What did she say? I missed it. What did he say?
Fucking, I can rewind it.
Yeah, back it up because I have to know.
Everybody
and to love you, Puppet. You're going to be all right. Bye-bye. Wow, that's...
Wait. He didn't even say puppet. He said poppet.
What's a poppet?
Puppet.
And all my
unless I got it wrong again.
Hold on. But where's he even saying bye-bye? I don't hear bye-bye. This is totally and all my love to you, Puppet. You're going to be all right. Bye-bye. Total Mandela effect on yours too. Bye-bye. Oh, there it is. Fuck. Okay.
Bye-bye.
So I'm going to look at what a poppet is. So it might just be that Bye Bye Puppets is an Aaron original. I didn't rip off anything.
Wouldn't that be funny if you came up with something thinking you were quoting something? That would almost be embarrassing.
Shit.
Like where'd you get your catchphrase from? Oh, I thought I was saying it.
Okay, poppet. Poppet is it's a British word, I guess. It's a British informal of endearingly sweet or pretty child or a young girl, often used as an affectionate form of address. So he was basically saying, hey, a poppet, you're a sweet child. Don't worry. Rest your... What the my mind is
I feel like everything we've ever done is built on like, this is such a revelation. This is almost like the season finale. We should just end the show after that. What are we going to do? Like everything we thought we knew was wrong.
You really do learn a lot when you watch a closed captioning on fucking movies, man. I mean, I regret it. I wish I never would have found this out because it just ruins everything. But I guess I always wondered. It didn't make any sense.
Are you still going to say it now?
Should I say bye-bye puppets?
No, I don't know. Now it almost seems like it's funnier if we keep saying it. Like we have to keep it going now.
All right, puppets. What's up, puppets? I mean... I get it. It's kind of funny. You could refer to people as puppets. It kind of makes sense. But why was Mrs. Doubtfire, like, in my opinion, calling these kids puppets? Like, yeah, it sounds fucked up. Like, go kill your parents. Ha 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 ha. Oh, well. Jesus. Well, that's what they get, man. How do they expect us to know what a poppet is? They're throwing in dialogue that none of the audience is going to get unless you're from England, I guess. And you're probably
This is why our boy fucking Robin Williams was squeegee. He had the third eye. He knew that kids weren't going to get that. He knew he was going to inspire this. See, was he ripping off jokes or were we ripping him off? Because like he created all of this. He created it. Don't you see that?
Yeah, I'm beside myself. I don't even know what to say.
We're all puppets of fucking Robin Williams, and we just figured it out.
Yeah, I don't have to take anything back. It's mine. Bye Bye Puppets is a Revival House thing now. I thought I was paying homage to a great movie about a fucking old tranny, but what do I know?
Fucking Chad.
Anyway,
Big Stacy, big titties.
Let's wrap it up. Thank you guys. This was a lot of fun to do. The movie goes by in a breeze, and I think we did a great job of keeping it on the film without just quoting it. But there's a little bit of the quoting too. Like, you know, it's impossible to do. But like I said,
Greenman, George Zimninski.
The
Greenman.
The plans going forward. I don't know. Depending on when you guys are, I don't know when they're listening to this. I don't know. I have no idea. All I know is as of this recording, Zach and I are going to be doing with Mac a podcast. We're going to be discussing our top 99 video games of all time.
Jones.
It's going to be a lot of fun. And then we have to do a cinema anima, right? And I don't know what we're going to do yet, but other than that, yeah, no, thanks. It's fun doing these commentaries. It's actually a lot of fun doing them when we aren't doing them every week and we're letting it breathe. Because, you know, I wasn't dreading this. I was looking forward to it because it's been a little bit since we've done it. Been a couple of weeks. But if you guys dig it, feel free to throw us suggestions on what you guys want to hear as far as commentaries. If you like what you hear and you're a first timer to the show, show some support, man. Hit the notification bell. Hit the like button, right? Just help us with the algorithms. You know, statistically, I think with almost any YouTube channel, if that's where you're watching us, a lot of people that frequent and watch shit aren't actually subscribed, which I never understood how that worked, how people can watch YouTube without a Google account, because people do it. I know people that fucking watch YouTube videos and they don't have an actual account to sign into, and it's weird to me. But if you do, please subscribe. If you want to support us any further, we do have a Patreon. Get early access to all the shows. We got exclusives up there. Did those Evil Deads went up, right? The last two we did? Ash vs. Evil Deads.
Baby.
We're going through that whole series. Sometime in the near future, we're going to start season 2, but we have the entire season 1 out there, amongst other things. And other ways to show support. Like I said, follow us on free feeds for podcast listening, iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Play, all that stuff. Leave us feedback and ratings over there to help us with the algos, and buy some merch. We have a Teespring linked below if you guys want to wear some swag and also support us. But that's all we got. What's coming out with Mac and Zach that you want to talk about before we head out?
Fucking, we did. We got into this thing where we were watching band DVDs, and we fucking back in the day when you would buy a CD. Fucking sometimes they'd want, like, whenever fucking like Napster and all that shit was first coming out, they were like, we gotta like combat this, man. We gotta give them extras, so they would give you DVDs sometimes. So we've been watching some of these deluxe edition DVDs. We recently did the Norma Jean, oh god, the aftermath, fucking deluxe edition DVD. That just,
Did you guys get away with putting the footage up there and just muting it?
we fucking had to basically put a little thing covering the screen for a little bit, basically during the music video part. So that's the ones that they fucking they put the kibosh. They put the kibosh on it for the music videos.
Because I still wish we could figure it out. I mean, like, I wish we could find the sweet spot where we could actually play these movies and shit somehow, like in our video portions, and because we should be able to like distort the video and put like a little screen with as long as it's not the same product you'd be paying for, I think it should be within right, but shit just gets flagged. But I wonder if we did something like that and just took out the volume, because who needs the fucking volume? We could get away with it because that would just make the videos better. But it's interesting. I know it got pulled. Your Norma Jean video got pulled once, and then now it seems to be cool. Is that going to be for everybody, or is that a Patreon right now, or is it going to be up for everybody later?
That is a Patreon, baby.
Okay.
I don't know if that'll come out. Fucking, we already had an episode this week.
Oh, you're right. Okay. Well, that's good. More for the Patreon. I have to watch it too. But anyway, thank you guys again. We'll catch you guys next time. Like I said, be on the lookout this week for new content as usual. Bye-bye. Puppets. Puppets. Bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, prophets. You're a prophets. Go fucking spread our diseases.
Is it over? Can we end it?
Yeah. Go spread our diseases.
Bye-bye, puppets. Zach Pete in a solo cut band. Couldn't miss Cameron's loving. Josh and Scott failed and Riverman's babe. Bye-bye, puppets. Sounds good. Like this country used to.
Revival House. Oh, he needs no. That sounds like fire. Like this country used to.